झगड़े सारी वीडियो को जमा करते हैं, तो फुकट शॉट मत लो, सिर्फ देते रहो।
शॉट देते सर पे सीधा जमापुर, कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर, कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर, और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑफ सारे कार। जमापुर बदले शॉट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर, मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर, तुझको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार, कर ले यार या तो पार। क्यों करते ही 5 स्टैक सारी बीड़ी भूल जाते, नुस्ता मचाते भूल जाते, घर के लफड़े जो बता नहीं पाते, खर्चे रोजे बढ़ते जाते, जूते नए लेने हैं पर खुद का कुछ कमा नहीं पाते। मेरे पास सारे खास मेरे हाथ में नहीं क्लास, है माय ड्रीम्स नहीं ये नींद बस एक काम का बुखार, तुझे चेंज करना कल तो फिर घिस लाला आज, रो मत बीटी लेते टाइम ही ये जो देगा सब जवाब, मेहनत करते रे मत रुकना नहीं तू करना मत सवाल, फले मीठा पर ये सफर उससे बहुत ही लाजवाब, सारे रास्ते बदतब कर देगा वो कुछ ना कुछ कमाल, फोकट वास्ते देने वाले लोग तो बहुत ही ये जरूरी, ठोकर खाकर ही तू लेगा सबसे लंबी ये उछाल, बस कर दे लाला झर्रे तेरे बाल, स्ट्रेस को तू भाड़ में डाल, खुश रह मिल रहा तेरे को खाने को डाल, रखचे विचार जाना है आखिर में कंधों पे चाल, तो टेंशन काई को ले रहा सीधा भेज जिसको किधर को जमापुर, कराओ टिकट सारी बीटी भेजो जमापुर, कोटी पटेली देना तो भागो यहाँ से दूर, और 10 लेवल पार सीधा सामने से वार सगे ऑफ सारे कार। जमापुर बदले शॉट फुकट चीजों का भी जमापुर, मेरी सोच इन लोगों से पहुंचे ज्यादा दूर, तुझको कल का बहुत पार आज में जी ले तू यार, कर ले यार या तो पार। 8 साल का ग्राइंड तब करा शाइन, ट्रेन के खाए तके अबे फ्लाइट एवरी टाइम, टूटा हुआ पीसी पहले लो दे बहुत फ्रेम्स, तभी नहीं गिव अप किया ये पूरा करा मैंने गेम, जितने का था मेरा पीसी अभी उतने का है हेडफोन।
What is happening in the chat? Can someone explain? सटिया कलाइया गेमर्स, मैं क्यों ना करूं स्ट्रीम? मेरा देश का मैच, मेरे देश का मैच तुम लोग मुझे स्ट्रीम करने से मना कर रहे हो? टटी प्लेयर्स, हैव यू लॉस्ट योर माइंड? डू यू थिंक कि मेरे वजह से जी हारेगी? Welcome back to another WAS party, everyone. The game is about to start. Tatiya Kalaiya players, shut up. Stop throwing obligations on me. Underpant? Game चालू हो गया क्या? Is the game start? Yes, it is. Stop throwing obligations, please.
DRX
अरे आज हेयर स्टाइल करने का ट्राई किया लेकिन वो हुआ नहीं रे आज बहुत है ना, बालों में वॉल्यूम लग रहा है, मेरे बहुत वॉल्यूम लग रहा है। चल मैं बाहर गया था रे, तो धूल बैठ गया रहेगा बालों में काफी, और धोना भूल गया आज मैं बाल।
consecutive win. That is the longest streak since 2023.
Speed run होगा आज, ऐसा मत बोलो यार दोस्तों, प्लीज ऐसा मत बोलो।
Pacific was a very different landscape back then.
Yeah, for sure. I think this win
क्या सही में
here to
speed
lock
run
in
होगा?
playoffs most likely is going to be a bit of a stepping stone for them, but they're still learning something from their wins. They've made
डर लग रहा है यार आज चैट, आज है ना बहुत डर लग रहा है कि आज बहुत BTS होने वाला है।
Very exciting to see, especially with Estrella in the roster, but going against them will be global esports.
आज heavy BTS होने वाला है ऐसा लग रहा है।
They have also completely changed their roster since 2023 and are looking much better. But last week
जमापुर
they
की
had a
टिकट
bit of a
निकलने वाली है।
stumble. Can they pick it back up this week?
Yeah, they're coming in today 1-1, a strong week 1 and not a so hot week 2. Now is the chance for them to really kind of turn that around, but they have a gauntlet to run if they want to make it to playoffs, and it starts today against the kickoff champions DRX.
That's absolutely right.
Clutch
They
bhai.
are right now in the top
Clutch
four
bhai.
of Group Alpha, but this is a very precarious position depending on today's match.
For sure. I mean, they did put DFM away, but when you look at a round robin group, you're looking at games like this and
मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है bro,
going to be tough for you. So
it's done for us today bro.
Big man Elevated has got a lot of work to do.
You have
He's
to be
now
logical
working for
and
two
practical as well.
fellas.
Yeah, very much
अगर
so.
देखा
I mean,
जाए तो जी के पास
I think,
chances हैं,
with him
अगर आज
stepping
दिन
up to
अच्छा
this
रहा
head coach position, It is a lot more work.
दिन अच्छा रहा तो
It is a different
क्योंकि
role
आज एस्ट्रेया आ
altogether,
चुका है भाई
but,
खेलने
you know, it seems like he's
ऑलरेडी
taking it in his stride. He's going to try and
सोच
rise
रहे हो
to a
ऑलरेडी
challenge
एस्ट्रेया
to help guide this
खेल
team
रहा है
forward. So that's
मेरे को
really
ऐसा
big
लगता है
coaching
जी
staff.
को अगर
Massive
जीतना है
respect to him
तो
there.
माको
But
का
there's no-
पीसी
there's
जो
no-
है
there's no dancing around it. They have a
वो
mountain
30
to climb.
FPS में चलना चाहिए
And it's not great timing for them. I mean, this is an
अच्छा
important game. I
और
think
और
वहाँ
ह्यूमिंग
मतलब
का माउस
वो-
काम करना बंद हो जाना चाहिए
और
They would have
फ्रीइंग भाई
anyway.
वहाँ पे
DRX
क्या
is gonna
करेंगे
be a
भाई
tough
फ्रीइंग है
opponent for
सबसे
anyone
क्रेजी
in
प्लेयर
Pacific,
उनका
so I think this might have to be a little
याद है
bit
उसने
of a
लोटस
test
पे
game,
एस
a little
मारा
bit of a
था
learning game for global, and
तो मैं क्या
I wanna
बोलता
see
पूरी
particularly
टीम
on split
के
how they've picked into this
पीसी
series.
गायब कर सकते
इसके
हैं
अंदर
Yeah,
60 FPS के
definitely.
अंदर
Their
खेलना
next
चाहिए
match for Global Esports
पूरी
is
टीम
gonna
का
be
पीसी
against
का कुछ तो झोल करना चाहिए
really
अपने को
tough way to
है ना?
end the group
Yes.
stage for Global Esports.
यूएसबी
But you
स्टिक
know
लगा
what?
देते हैं
I don't think this is a situation like
एक चैट में बंदा बोल रहा है एस्ट्रेया का वार्म अप करना था इसलिए आज खेल रहे हैं
I know we saw our
Oh my
predictions
God.
there. It's like, yes, Mika with the
इवन के मैच का वॉच पार्टी आज करूँ कि नहीं चैट की आज गंजा खेलना
भाई
है
सिर्फ
गंजा
एक
सिमुलेटर
कास्टर ने बोला है जी जीतेगी
We have the agent picks coming in, and I want to focus on DRX first.
कसम योरू खेल रहा है भाई वो उसका नाम फ्लैशबैक
And
भी
we're
है
seeing Estrella on the Vice, freeing back on the Teo. So if you want to run double duelist, putting Estrella on the Senti makes the most sense. I quite like this from DRX.
गंजा ना है ना मैं भी वही बोला भाई गंजा खेल रहा है
Pick are rocking the classic
Hey,
double
भाई,
sentinel deadlock
वो लोग
cipher, very
Vice,
popular.
Teo,
Used to
Omen
be run
खेल
with
रहे हैं।
Yoru, but
वो
also
double
has been run
duelist।
with Jet. So Patrick Hu's got a lot of
मतलब वो
work to
लोग
do
क्या
on
इतने
attackers and
confident है
entry
कि आज कुछ
presence.
भी
You're
खेल
going to see a
लेंगे
lot of quick executes from them, but they need to get a lot of value off
Ascent
of
में
this
Vice-
defensive side to start this game off.
और सिर्फ
All right, to take us through day
Oh, double
3 of
duelist.
week 3, it is two casters. You guys know them. It's Achilleos and Paper Thin.
Hello, it's us. You know us. We're two casters.
We are.
Just two casters.
Just two casters.
That's just it at the end
chill
of the day.
guys. Yeah.
Two chill guys. Two chill matches here today. Perhaps we're hoping for things to be elevated a little bit here. We're hoping that we get some excitement from these series, but we have some very clear favorites. The desk was just talking about it. DRX, our kickoff champions, going up against.
पिन मैसेज देख लो we are about to create history we are about to create history दोस्तों एक ऑफलाइन इवेंट नाइट मार्केट रिवील स्ट्रीम का शिट पीएम लिख दिया क्या मैंने हट
In Pacific, so we're gonna have to see if they can bring that in the server today. Obviously, with DRX, there's the big change with Estrella. Him being on the
Hasbai,
Vice,
why don't you
that's his
join
first
G
time
roster?
playing that
Yeah,
agent. So this is
actually,
gonna
I
be quite
feel I
interesting, to see with him. You know, we're so used to seeing him on kind of like flash initiators or info initiators for the side of RRQ. A little bit of a different role that he's asked to slot into with now DRX leaning into this more double duelist heavy style that Flashback is picking up with the Yoru.
ऑनलाइन वाले
All right,
ऑनलाइन
well, we're going to have the double duelist going up against the double sentinel.
G
here on
के
the
लिए
side of
chat
Global
चाहिए?
Esports.
व्हाट
भाई
First
जी
on the
के
attack here
मैच
is
है कि
DRX.
वो
The barrier
डीआरएक्स
is
था
now dropping.
क्या बता
Patrick Hu out in mid.
भाई मेरे को लगा
Perfect
डीआरएक्स
hand, catches a
बहुत
glimpse
पब्लिक
there, some
डीआरएक्स
shots flying Hyunmin's way, but he's able to go ahead and just quickly
मिड पुश
back
कर रही भाई
three.
जी चैट
Tiny bit of damage going to be taken, and Global Esports going to continue scaling forward, taking so much control over mid. And they've got two players that they can intercept over at Gelato.
Yeah, absolutely. But this should be noted by DRX. Shots did ring through by Poppy. A scrape of damage on the freeing.
Mako finding one, and he's eventually able to find the headshot, avoid taking damage. Poppy going to be caught off guard there from behind. Kellyes is able to find Estrella.
स्पॉन देख
Go
ले
ahead and put him down on the floor.
Spawn
Still a
देख
bit of
ले
a cutoff
भाई।
here from freeing. Does have the stealth
ओ
drone,
शीश
but now,
Freeing just needed to buy time.
yeah, he's just going to continue to go ahead and keep him busy. Gets a suppress out, instant headshot. Salvo's going to be sent, will get caught on the timing there. Zipton's able to find one, but now he's got
क्या
to wait. He's
टाइम
out.
बाय किया है भाई
In the meantime,
इसने
it's all on Crystal.
अभी ये पहुंचने तक
Versus three
साल
that are
लग
still
जाएगा
standing on the
चैट
site. Time's already gone.
Yep.
This is overall just
हाइड्रा
incredibly
भाई
well
लास्ट स्ट्रीम में
navigated
बोले
from the
थे
side
कि
of
हर्ष के
DRX.
पास
Mako in
रेडियंट
particular
जाने का
finding that
पोटेंशियल है
opening,
बट वो
causing
सीरियस नहीं
and
खेलता
disrupting
मैं
so
सीरियस
much
खेलूंगा तो
of
गेम
the
छोड़ दूंगा
gameplay
अभी
here. Causing chaos, I should say. As there you go, Team Ace in the first
मेरे को
pistol,
BT
guarded
जल्दी
away
होता है
DRX.
And it's really cool to see Mako stepping up here. We know that he's still IGLing today. I think there was some question marks about that with
What's
Estrella
up,
coming
Gamer
over to
Crate, bye.
DRX, you know, as he was a IGL previously on RRQ. Would he be taking over that role? No, it's still Mako, and Mako makes brilliant reads throughout this entire round. His ability to call for the accelerate towards A site after they identify the push out on the catwalk.
आयल स्ट्रीम होगी वहां से आप ब्लॉग जो होगा देखो जी देखोगे आप क्या क्या क्या
Plant down, freeing by a ton
Yes.
of time on the backside. That opens up so much for DRX there in that post plant. beautifully navigated by DRX. No other way to slice it. That is
4
a
जन G के
really
A
just
पे खेल रहे, 1
incredibly
जन
intelligent round.
B पे. DRX A जाए.
Relatively
DRX,
standard
please,
purchase
A
for
जाओ.
DRX.
Hey,
Van
so
in
much.
with the Bulldogs. A stinger in the hands of Fring. Nothing but classics here for Global. As Pixel out of place. A little bit of a warning shot there from Estrella over onto Patrick Ku, trading back some of that damage.
G lost the moment you started streaming. Hey, please
A
shut
little bit
up.
of patience being
Please
shown
shut
by
up.
DRX, trying to suss out a little bit more info.
Bit more taken here. I mean, Mako trying to draw some attention. He's got it. Pretty much everybody on the side of Global is here on
Oh
this A
hell
site.
nah, bro, chat.
Right now going to be ushered
वो
across.
लोग भी जा रहे हैं भाई, मैं
DRX will get ready to strike.
Mako might get caught here coming out of short. I'm kind of curious. There was a read from GE. They got Yudotan snuck into
Mako
line,
को तो
but
मार दो at least
instead
भाई
they
shot
actually
पे.
backpedal, expecting a re-aggression
Shit.
towards A.
Bro, it's cooked.
It's going to be Patrick
Bro,
Ku
he's
on,
so
all
cooked.
on his own.
Bro, he's so
Winning
cooked.
here into boat store. Now going to be shut at market. Stun connecting. Mako
Done हो गया भाई तो.
peeks in over towards window.
Oh
Able to
my
find
God,
one.
bro, he's so
Patrick Ku
cooked.
Can't quite hold the line here.
भाई माको ने उधर A shot वाले को मारा है.
Mako
Oh hell
catching a
nah.
glimpse of another player,
Diabolical.
regen shield. Go ahead and push him back up to a 125. Yudotan going to be held at bay, just stuck in back behind the boxes for the moment. Needs to get closer. So
Game.
he can try to go down to the spike.
फट जाओ
See
कोई
how
दिक्कत की बात नहीं है.
aggressive DRX wants to be. Or if they're just going to let those last 3 players go down. You're 1 away from flashback salts. You might just send him with that ghost. Yep.
Yep, swap it over.
Chat,
Sure you're
is
not
G
gonna
cooker
lose
this
any of
round?
these weapons.
I mean this
Three
game?
Salvos will claim 1. And getting the Armageddon online, also not going to be a bad
Is
shout at all.
GE cooker chat?
Elias Yudotan just tucked in around the corner. The cam is set up to go ahead and watch the approach here from flashback. Not
I feel
dialed in
they
on
are
it.
so
obviously hear
cookered.
the footsteps, but yep, headshot will come through. Flashback will be able to go ahead and get that ult online as DRX
100%
very
cookered.
clean
But
anti-eco move up
yeah.
2-0.
Yeah.
No, you are
I mean,
cookered. How am I
everything
cookered, bro?
looking very,
Deep
very
fried,
solid for
tandoori.
DRX in the protocols, in the fundamentals, in the awareness. Great pick there by Mako. Able to just push his way up through short, find that freebie, and back on out. You know, with freeing back on the Tejo, you expect him to put tons of numbers up. He's so consistent on that agent. You know, one of the first adopters of Tejo in Pacific and one of the best leading into Masters Bangkok. See how they want to use this ult, or if they use it, on their bonus. Right now, though, more patience
Yudotan
being
Guardian
shown.
पे खेल रहा है.
Quite a bit of control taken over at the other main as well by GE, so doing a good job of establishing their presence on the map and making things a little bit tricky for DRX in terms of finding an opening to set up their executes. Mako, there is a camera right around that corner. It is cleared. So good awareness by Mako. Oh, Estrella. Beautiful with the Bulldog.
Bro just whiffed! Patrick who just whiffed!
भाई
And just
स्ट्रे को पिक नहीं देनी चाहिए पता है वहां पे.
Khelraay
अरे वो
trying to do
whiff
what he
किया
can.
भाई. उसने
Clear
50
that
गोलियां
space.
चलाई थी.
That's a painful loss. It is your duelist, so on the defender side, the Sentinels certainly maybe feeling a little bit more impactful. Crystal gonna get quite a bit of info there in mid with his drone. So he's already backing off. It's just gonna come down to Khelraay if he can win
मिडी
that
कर रहे
duel
भाई. अरे
against
ये A shot.
Estrella.
ओ
Estrella
ये
already
योरूफ
trying to
क्लोन
flash
के
him out.
ऊपर
Yeah, he
वो
got it.
मॉली फेंक दिया यार.
Back
मिड
off.
फेंकना चाहिए था. Crazy.
30 seconds
Wall
left.
is there, dimensional drift looking to go ahead.
अकेला क्या करेगा?
Scored a board, Hyunmin finding Khelraay.
एक किल आया है कोई G में से.
Lone anchor of this site now
2
displaced.
किल आए, 2-3 किल आए
Full
रहेंगे.
approach from GE over towards Alley, but might just have to make the
भाई, ये लोग
tough
क्या
call to just
Euro
go
and
for the
farm
save
करा
here.
रहे
भाई बोनस
You know that
बोनस
you're up against
ये
five.
जीत रहे यार. Flawless.
Devastating though. Just hand over the bonus conversion. But unless they can find a pick
Save
in the next
करना
couple
पड़ेगा.
seconds, feels like they're just going to have to back away, and yep, the
कर
call
सकते
is
भाई.
made.
इनके
They're going to go
पास
ahead and
literally देखो
slowly
ना.
drift out of here.
भाई
I
इतना
rebound back,
smart
something
खेलते हैं
didn't
वो लोग
really
के पास
sit
literally
right with me going ahead.
flashes
That's
बचे
why I was
हुए हैं.
widely quiet here.
Yeah.
So I rewound on YouTube, and yeah, I didn't realize that Yudotan did not die to the spike in the eco round. The door
he
was
didn't.
shut. It was planted at backside, so
Oh, so he didn't get caught by it.
yeah.
Oh, it's a good catch.
Didn't notice at the moment, but I was like, something's weird. Why does he have a Guardian? Let me investigate. So, yep, some oddities already on display as DRX get the 3-0 start.
I just like, it's just one of those things where you just assume they're going to die to the spikes.
Yeah,
you just stop looking.
I was like, all right, moving on.
Yeah.
Let's go into the bonus. Let's see the rounds.
Exactly. But this is so well played by Estrella. He's doing a great job in these 1v1s. Also using his utility to push Khelraay back to open up that space for Hyunmin to make his way onto the site and win that opening duel as well. So already Estrella finding some serious impact for DRX as this Sentinel. And again, an agent he's never played. This is his first time ever playing ice. And he's looking really, really solid.
new head coach.
So
Yes.
you kind of expect with DRX, they're a team that
पुराने हेड कोच चले गए हैं
just historically
अरे हर्ष भाई
तो आप
जी ने टाइम आउट लिया है
अपना ये मत करिए मेंटल
नहीं
consistently being
एक सेकंड क्लच भाई, मैं उनका नया कोच हूँ, प्लीज लेट मी टॉक.
so certainly for global going to be a bit of a toughie today.
प्लीज
Some fans coming in
recollect your mental
all over the world
and fight.
here at Pacific.
G always fighting.
Be in Seoul as well. The
Please
Cherry Blossoms are
13-0 मत हारो प्लीज. Yes, एक राउंड तो आराम से निकल सकता है. Yes, believe. All right.
It's the
All right.
before the storm.
Yeah.
That is the blistering summers. You walk
कर ली
outside
बात.
and you feel like you're just
कर ली.
immediately swimming through the humidity.
एक राउंड तो निकल सकता है एटलीस्ट.
It is not something I'm
मतलब
looking
पूरे
forward
मैप
to.
में
So I
या
try to
हाफ
enjoy
में?
this time of year as much
मैप
as
में.
possible.
पूरे मैप में
So
एक
seeing
राउंड
a lot
आएगा.
of people out in Seoul, just the jackets on today.
कोच नहीं है, हेड कोच नहीं है ना, तो मेरे पास स्ट्रैट बुक नहीं है.
Estrella still going to hold on to that bulldog.
assistant
He's
हो
been
अभी?
so good with it.
Mean.
Going up against a pseudo eco. Of course, the guns carried over from the save of GE, but
ओए जमापुर.
trying to prioritize
Oh
that
bro,
orb.
just keep it out.
Paranoid out. Khelraay trying to push forward. He's going to use that wall to just clear up. Nope, just a sonic sensor pushed forward to keep track of DRX's movements. Trip the wall this time. I think that's something GE's been looking to do with that B main control. Get rid of that vice wall so they have a little bit more room to maneuver on the map potentially, or at least a threat of room to maneuver to keep DRX a little bit
वो
more
जो
honest.
नया कोच
Sonic
बैठा है,
sensor is either tripped or cleared over there by Mako.
उसको डेरियन समझा रहा रहेगा क्या?
Get taken free and going to be tucked in here behind the boxes, and I'm not sure if
Darian
they're going to
बता
lend
रहा
any
है,
credence to
अबे
this.
ऐसे
However,
ओबे
it's
ये
about to
देखो
be
भाई,
fun.
कुकड़ गेम प्ले.
He pull it, hits, it's a transfer.
Oh, hell
my
nah,
God,
bro.
freeing.
भाई वो तीन मार रहा है.
Have some
भाई
mercy,
ये बोल
son.
रहा
They're
हूँ
on
भाई
an
फ्री
eco.
सबसे डेंजर है.
Does not care. Is now one away from that Armageddon here in death. Good Lord.
I love freeing, man. He's just so good.
Something else, but I mean, Yutatan and Poppy,
भगवान,
it's the same thing.
13-1 मत
Walk
कराना प्लीज.
Just walk away.
प्लीज, बहुत अच्छी टीम है ये. प्लीज.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
Please.
you just don't expect them to be there. I mean, DRX has done a great job of kind of understanding the map and where they can find the open space, where they can find those timings, and keeping track of GE's movements very, very well.
प्रिंग उडोतान का एक्स टीममेट है, दोनों के सेम टीम से पिक किया.
Cypher in there, you might have a little bit of an advantage as GE, but DRX has done a really good job in the early part of the game, kind of feeling out how GE wants to play it.
गुड कॉल हर्ष खेल रहा है. मैंने तो कॉल ही नहीं दिया कुछ भाई, मैंने तो बस मोटिवेशन दिया.
Util put out there, he's able to identify and eliminate it,
क्या ये
and then
सेफ
kind of keep
सिमुलेटर
GE
चल
a
रहा
little
है?
bit more off balance.
अच्छी बात है, सेफ
So, an
सिमुलेटर
operator
चल रहा है,
gonna be
तभी बाय
invested
तो
in
आ रहा है.
Certainly feels like things got to turn around for global esports if they're going to get anything going on this map.
Oh
Such
my.
a quick transfer there. Freeing just so ready. If there wasn't a fourth player there, he's probably
हेलो
walking
बल्लू.
away scot-free.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I have expected him to just go ahead and get the 4K.
It looked
यार
like he was
ये
going
राउंड
to.
कुछ हो जाए चैट. कुछ हो जाए ये राउंड प्लीज.
Similar
God,
starts
please.
here, just sending out those missiles, trying to stave off any potential grab net combos over towards that B main. We can see that the deadlock is here at A. Flashback tucked into the corner. Poppy watching for this as Mako just jiggling around. Trying to see how they can
No way.
break this Yoru out of here. Estrella on this lurk though, finding one now confirms position of another. Crystal
Yes!
almost gets that headshot lined up, but Crystal does manage to go ahead and come away with the kill. Space being refilled. Crystal maintaining control of this B site.
Oh, this could be great timing. He just used the drone. Oh, they're going to double back. Okay. Just checking his back quick. Was Mako maybe looking to see if there was anybody hot on their tail, but this could really work well for DRX. However, GE's reading this nicely. Really good job by Poppy. I mean, he's been aggressive the whole map. The whole game plan here for Poppy is just push through mid, find that info, and figure out where DRX is.
मिसाइल आ गए, मिसाइल आ
Hasn't really
गए.
worked out too well, but this round could go their way.
Pick.
Crystal's been so good in moments like
भाई
this.
वॉक इन. Goated missile, goated.
Wide swing out.
Nice!
Further, Crystal able to find a third. Keeps it now into a 2v2. Could have been a bit of damage suffered. Patrick Koo able to find the shot there with the operator. Gets himself online. Mako trying to stick the plan. Does manage to draw off, finds one, but
G fighting, bro.
Op can be carried
G
forward.
fighting.
Esports will get themselves
Let's
their first round
freaking
win.
go.
I can hear Kelly S down on the
Let's
stage
freaking
trying to rally
go.
the troops already. This is a much better round, even though Estrella gets that freebie. This time they've got the backup there to make sure that B
Crystal
main is
निकाला है भाई
clear.
राउंड.
Goated,
Good
goated.
reading of the map, and it helps that Poppy finally you're able to
Crystal
find some
उसकी free
value
time में rap
out of
करता
those
है.
quick lurks that he's
उसका
been trying
stage
to
name
find the
कृष्णा
whole
है.
map. Crystal, good for 3.
हाँ?
Very, very, very talented player.
Not
First
flip
3
it,
kills of the
no
game.
cap.
Yes.
Now you've got a judge for Poppy, an operator still for Patrick Koo.
Goated, goated, goated.
Grab net.
ले ले अरे आना.
Locked in position. Mako going to be thinking
Why
out.
are they
Crystal
scared?
just finding that kill top mid. Peek out from bench. Gets the kill. Not sure if it was on the jiggle, if Mako was just swinging out. Either way, he is on the floor.
अच्छा शॉटगन लेके क्लोज बेटा
Deliver
इसलिए.
here, finding value. Judge just around the corner here, playing off the one-way Poppy. They try to open things up a bit. Is there?
Oh,
it is, but
shit, Chad.
flashback, suffering some damage, but instantly finding the headshot does manage to put him down.
That was nice by Flashback. He's been trying to work into that corner after the initial utility exchanges to create that extra angle, since there's been so much pressure by GE and A main. And this time around, find some value. Not sure if they ever identified the operator in mid when it was there earlier, even though Patrick Koo has moved over.
भाई ये जी वालों की रीड थोड़ी सी डायबॉलिकल नहीं है.
हमेशा अकेला भी रह जाता है वो
और
बेचारा.
वो अकेला रह
Excuse me,
जाता है.
Flashback going on a tour. Already has a second dimensional drift.
अब ये बता देगा यार.
Gets a spot out here, knows that Crystal widely is alone. Goes for the exit. A little bit of a crossfire. Nope, never mind. Gunman
डर
doesn't
जाता है
need
ना
the
यार.
intervention of Flashback
अकेला
from
इंसान डर
Lopez.
जाता है.
सही बात है.
Swoops in, finds the kill.
अकेले इंसान को
Now
सहारे
playing
की
down.
जरूरत है यार.
It's another tough position to be in here for Global. There you
Jama.
go, Armageddon. To start things
Sub
off,
Jama.
push them forward out into the site. Look at this, turn this into an absolute meat grinder. Yudotan does manage to answer back one. Now into the 1v2.
3 बुलेट है उसके पास.
Oh, look at that TP.
3 bullets, needs to go for the reload here or swap the weapon. Spots out freeing, up close, the swing coming in, finds a headshot, flashback there to go ahead and cover it up. Gets the kill, 3K for the Yaru. 2 more charges
Meat
towards that
grinder
next
मतलब
ultimate.
जिसमें
DRX
तुम meat
now
को
up 5-1.
Yeah,
Mixer
and
में
it just
डालते
shows
हो.
you why so many teams are leaning into your.
Bro, what is you talking,
With that,
bro?
all you have so much ability to bypass a lot of the.
भाई क्या
especially
W ult
Sentinel
किया था उसने.
stuff that's going to be coming at you in terms of the trap
लेकिन उसने
wires and
उल्टा
all
ult
that,
किया
and the
रहता ना,
sonic
तो सब
sensors,
मर
those
जाते
kind of
मालूम.
things. You can get that info for free and then set up a pinch if you
उल्टा
can
किया
find that
रहता तो और
isolated
time
player,
बढ़ जाता और कुछ.
like you could with Crystal there, and put him just in a nearly unwinnable spot. I mean, he has to go absolutely crazy there. Couldn't even find one because he was really trying to get a hold of his movement and his aim. Estrella
Easy
again,
2-0 है DRX पे मेरे को लगता है.
beyond
मतलब कोच साहब
Estrella
आपने
2 kill
बोला
मारेगा
था
इधर.
far away is freeing though. So could back him up.
That's the wall, some noise going to be made. Swings off the flash.
एक ही मारा Estrella.
Comes away with 1. Yudotan down to
Easy
28.
kills थे इसके दो.
Just able to escape and trade back the kill.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't give up the gun there. So for Estrella to go for the equal exchange, not the end of the world. And now it's going to be on freeing to kind of figure out what's going
असली में
on.
असली हूँ नो क्या.
GE though, quickly making rotations to the other side of the map. Meanwhile, DRX,
DRX are matching.
yep, doing the exact opposite.
भाई हमेशा कैसे सही रीड कर रहे हैं ये लोग. I guess stream snipe चल रहा है. डीले लगा दे अपन.
GE's like beyond the classic weaponry. Freeing. I mean, the one keeping track of mid. And should be
What is
some
happening,
kind of
bro?
retake shaping up for Global Esports. And I mean, in theory, you do have the deadlock all. I mean, if you can find a kill with the Sheriff with Patrick Koo, you could maybe send it, put it into a potentially, 3v2, 4v2. Anything's possible. Just got to get there first. I mean, DRX has been so aware, and they just might try to get ahead of the game a bit.
Well, 4 players clustered up once again.
बस
Working their way
भाई
over towards Alley.
सच बताओ
It's
तो
gonna be a heavy
आजकल
stack,
आपको रोज
flashback.
देखने का मन करता है. हर वक्त देखने का मन करता है. हर घंटा, हर मिनट, हर सेकंड, especially before sleeping at night. Love you, bro.
There you go, flashback, able to find one, looking for a little
Meat
bit
grinder.
more. Crosshair slightly off. It's going to be Hyunmin to go ahead and gun down 3.
6-1, let's go.
DRX not looking to give Global any freebies.
No. DRX is just so good at
Teen
setting up
ults
these crossfires.
Teen
Their
ults
post
each
plants are
time.
so clean. There's very little to fault so far in what they've done on this map. You know, GE, to their credit, I feel like is doing their best to fight
Paid PR.
for some of this control of the map, but they're losing a lot of the individual duels, especially at B main. At the very worst, Astray is getting one before he gets traded. And so that's kind of setting them off balance.
अभी A
And
main
they're
भाई
making a
B
lot of
पे
plays
3
for
जन
A
खेल रहे हैं
main
अभी.
that don't really amount to much. You know, we saw the grab net to try to grab him, and the flashback was able
Bro,
to avoid
ये
that.
लोग
And then,
सही में
you know, find
stream
the kill
snipe
on the
कर रहे
Poppy's
हैं.
judge. Like all these little plays and tricks that they're trying to use just haven't really come to fruition.
साइफर ऐसे ही मर जाएगा अभी. पापी भी मर गया ऐसे.
I mean, they knew Poppy was there. They couldn't quite find him initially, but Kelly has been spraying across bodies, both duelists. Mako similarly on the floor. Annihilation gets the grab. Estrella being pulled to his demise. And that's going to be Estrella.
Goated bro.
Freeing rather.
Goated
Freshly
bro.
here
Goated.
in main to try to see if he can drag this back. But the
Bro,
shots
goated,
are
bro,
very
goated.
off. Yudotan will go ahead.
Bro, सब दो
Pick
round
up
आ
the
गए.
pieces. And Kelly has, I
Goated,
believe,
bro.
just through the smoke, managing to kill
अपने
two.
ऐसा
We'll see
कॉल
if there's
दिया
a ping
कोच साहब.
reveal.
क्या बात
Yes.
है.
But either way, great round for Global, much
आ
needed.
सकते हैं,
Yeah.
4 और आ सकते हैं, 6
I mean,
हो
there's a
सकता
quick
है.
TP in from
Inshallah boys played well.
flashback. Hyunmin dashes in.
No.
Nope, just
No.
in the smoke.
Oh, what is that? Second kill.
Jeez. I mean, he saw one of the bullet tracers, so I guess you could say it, but still, that's ridiculous. I mean, sometimes it do be like that. I mean, that's the gamble you're taking on those fast executes. I like it, though, from DRX because you've been so
भाई वो
good
एशो
at
टॉप
winning the
लगाया
more
वो वन
methodical
टैप
rounds.
खाने वाला है बेचारा.
Show him a different change of pace. Patrick, who again out in mid. Oh, just misses the timing.
Bro's gonna get killed from top mid.
Hyunmin going on a peak and winning out one. Kelly
Trade,
has there to go ahead.
trade.
Some
1-on-1,
covering fire
1-on-1.
gets the trade back. So 1 for 1.
Well, you got another dimensional drift. And Flashback has been great at finding the timings and the openings for DRX with that. Plus you have Estrella's ult for the post plant with the Steel Garden. So if you can get there, it's going to be tough. And again, GE seemingly just not reading the map correctly here.
Bro.
There isn't a ton of information, but they
I don't
have
know,
to
but they are choosing the
reclear
right side
space at
every
B.
single time.
They just have no idea. Since they evenly exchanged that
Ah,
mid battle and
इसने short
decided to back
कर
off.
दिया.
Here goes the ult, but this is they're aware of this.
Yeah, now hearing the dimensional
Oh,
drift,
Udotan is
they
cooked.
haven't fully confirmed.
Udotan is cooked, bro.
As the jump out will readjust for Flashback is just nasty. Kelly has got to be noted there at Heaven. Flashback wanting to maybe push up and find a little bit more. Here's the break of the window as Poppy now arrives. Steel Guard and beautiful. Yep, just going to be layered in. Knives go out from Patrick Hu up and over the top of the smoke. Is able to find one. The headshot connecting. Flashback going to be taken down. Thorns just trying to keep him locked in place, and no one from DRX given the opportunity for
Wow.
the peek, and then Fring is able to collect the kill.
One enemy remaining.
Instantaneous. It's Fring so damn clean. Mako similarly picking apart Kelly S. DRX. I mean, they have their eyes on double digits. They're looking for 10 rounds and a half.
For sure. The way they're playing, looks like they might get it. So you get the exchange. Flashbacks, yeah, like you said, so fast to readjust. I mean, I like the little tic-tac-toe game here with the ultimates. You throw the Vice ultimate, well, you pop the blades, get a kill. However, it's even better placement as well of the Razor Vines from Estrella right there to slow him down. And then that's a pretty easy one for freeing. And now you're back to a mostly eco. And okay, well, Patrick Hu with the hero rifle.
The early aggression paying off for them. Out there B main, but now the A side is completely opened up. Primed for the taking. Paranoia goes across on the Poppy, just at Sheriff. As he tucks away underneath the window, freeing.
They're pinging it.
Oh, waiting.
ये 3 मारने वाला
Yeah,
है.
they have a solid enough read on it, but can they outwit him? Can they outgun him?
Bro,
Freeing,
are you
still able to come away with
bro,
two.
are you serious?
Kelly has an
वो
opportunity,
fleeing वहाँ
a
पे
weapon in
hold
hand.
करके बैठा है.
His flashback swinging around the
निकाल
side,
ही नहीं
looking
पा
to
रहे.
intercept. Does he get there fast enough? No.
3 बोला 2 मारा. 1 बोलना चाहिए था तो 0
Kelly
मारता.
breaks down the door. Does he go for
ये
the
फ्लैशबैक यहाँ पे 1 मारने वाला है.
इसको दोनों मिल जाएंगे भाई.
नहीं वो 1 मारने वाला है
now,
यहाँ
but I
पे.
think he's about to catch both players. Yeah, finds Poppy. Just
इधर आके
TP's
दूसरा
back over
मारेगा
in
ना.
towards main, and now it's Kelly S by himself.
देखो.
Quick little flash out.
इधर आके
Offsets
दूसरा
for a
मारेगा.
moment there as Herman will fall. The DRX continue to maintain a chokehold on this map.
I love the way that Flashback and DRX are using this Yoru. They're being extremely patient, finding good timings to use those TPs, either to create an extra off angle or, you know, show some presence somewhere and then go somewhere else to keep your opponents off guard. Obviously, the ults have been brilliant. They've been completely round-changing every time that he's used them, and Flashback has looked sharp as well in terms of his aim. Freeing is freeing. This is everything you could want as DRX. Going on your map pick, looking so good on this side. Estrella this time getting aggressive. Oh my God.
Just a one tap to put him on the
Estrella
floor.
तो भाई
Now the follow-up,
मजे कर रहा, bro. He's lit.
well.
Bro, they are laughing, bro.
Back Estrella.
Bro, they're laughing.
Looking incredible. As young men just trying to quickly
What is
escape
this?
his way
Bro,
across in towards tiles and out to safety.
जो मन कर रहा है
Tuck back, and now they're gonna have to try to
Pompi
fight their
चल
way
रही है
through
भाई.
this jet. As the ball contained, Poppy is up to the challenge. Quickly sits him down.
अल्टे क्रिस्टल पे
Flashback has another ult. Just so you know.
Yeah, 4th and a half.
Yep.
भाई ये
Still one more round to be
मारेगा.
played out. Player advantage. I think he's going to look to
Size
save it for 12 here, unless things get into dire straits. But Salvo's further delaying this approach. Khelraay trying to swing around to get over towards Ali, the stealth drone.
Armageddon.
Going to maybe try to spot him. Time in the meantime is just ticking away. Poppy with another critical kill as Estrella will fall. Flashback taken down. An opportunity here is freeing. Caught at a timing. It all comes down to Mako, and he cannot make it happen.
G fighting.
Ascent, but it's not going to be able to.
Atharva, thank you for the response, Lala. Welcome back to the Pow Gang.
Global, getting
Love
themselves
you.
a 3rd round win in the half.
First super chat of the day.
Well, this is
Love you.
very confusing to me. And I'm going to talk
Thank you
about
so much for the
Free
response, sir.
doesn't send his ult into B main.
Sure.
After the salvos, they know there's players there. This is ridiculous from Estrella. Continues to just be a monster there at B main. Okay, fine. You know there's at least a couple over there, and there's a kill that comes out, and Freen just sits on his ult. He uses the salvos. I'm not sure if he was thinking some kind of post plant or what, but it all just crumbled in a heartbeat because GE just stormed in there and was hitting their shots. Credit where credit's due. GE played that really nicely.
A bit of poor judgment there, perhaps. Either way, 3rd round win. Let's just look for the net and salvos. DRX able to bait these out and avoid them. As Sonic Sensor just going to be repositioned
खत्म है.
and triggered.
खत्म है
You really
chat.
want to either avoid the deadlock or use Flashback's ult to get rid
जी
of it.
पापी ने दीदी पापी.
And across the way.
रेड पप्पी लिया है बे.
Trade that back out here.
अबे कितना अल्ट करेगा ये? तीसरा अल्ट है क्या इसका?
On dimensional drift in place. Spots
Chota,
that one.
chota,
Does not turn
chota.
around. I don't think he actually saw
तीसरा है चौथा
Khelraay, and he tucked back into the smoke. I mean, they have to know that the deadlock is going to be nearby, but I don't think they ever got full confirmation on him either way. Estrella
Bro,
certainly has, as
what?
he finds two.
How can he get two
Khelraay and
chat?
Poppy both going to be taken down.
अभिषेक मलादार भाई ने
Now just use that
16 महीने का
see if we can
सपोर्ट
make
करके
this
लिखा है
equal
जी
rest of the
फाइटिंग.
half as much as they
16
possibly
महीने
can.
से जी फाइटिंग हो रहा है.
This is the double sentinel. This is where they should be.
मैं
This
तो
is the
जब
size
से
they should
वैलोरेंट
be
देख रहा हूँ
fighting.
तब से जी
Look at about
फाइटिंग
how
हो
you
रहा
are.
है.
Flashback has widely undone everything for them.
अभी बस मुझे दर्द हो रहा है.
Swing, Yorutan able to go ahead and win out that fight. Flashback here from heaven. Takes down the jet, the neural depth, getting the reveal. 3 players to try to fight through here for Yorutan. Spots at the first, Mako on the wire swing. Shut down. No further damage suffered here from Yorutan. Thorns pop the tap and the spike. He's dancing around it here. They know that he's not sticking it. They know that it's not getting up towards half. There's just more thorns at his feet. Locks him in position in DRX. Yeah, they look like they're having fun with it. 9-3 at the half. Dominance here from DRX.
Yeah.
Thank you Abhishek bhai for the
good
16
game
months
plans,
bro.
especially behind the Yoru.
Travel
it
Plus ने
helps that
40
Flashback
रुपीस दिया है और
is
लिखा है
12 and
इस
6,
बार
but
जी
it's a
लूज हुई
lot
तो
of the way
प्लेयर्स
that he's
नहीं
using
ओनर
his util,
चेंज.
using those ults, they're cycling them quickly. They're prioritizing him on the ult.
बेशरम चड्डी गरम.
Everything you want to be doing with the min-maxing game with the
पैसा
Yoru
तू देगा.
is very well thought out. I mean, only slight missteps here
Thank
and
you for
there
the
for
potty.
DRX. A lot of the time, GE just looked like they were guessing at what DRX was doing. They couldn't really get good reads. They were going to the wrong side of the map. Even with that heavy Sentinel composition,
Bro, I feel
DRX's Mako still doing a...
it's a 13-3 full time. 13-3 full time bro.
क्या टाइम
13-3 full time.
नहीं ब्रो आई बिलीव हाँ 13-3.
Is this a 9-3 course से? Oh, comms हो रहे, heavy comms हो रहे. भाई साहब, इतने क्या danger comms हो रहे?
Double sentinel as they move over onto the attack.
For sure. It's
It
one
means
of
they
those
have a plan.
situations where
Let's
it
buy.
feels like with
It means they have a
Deadlock
plan.
that if you can get to the post plants, it's a nightmare to get through, right? That
Sure.
wall is so stupid. It's so annoying. But it's getting there that's going to be the interesting thing. That's
They
going to
have
be
a
the problem,
plan.
especially with how good
My Geo app
individually
से
the DRX
जाने
players have looked,
अपनी
especially like
plan
Estrella,
की
with the way he's been able
वैधता
to solo lock down
देखे नए
B-main, trying to
plans
get to those post plants in the
offers
first place looks like it's going to
भी
be
बहुत
challenging.
कुछ.
But you never know. Sometimes you switch halves, you switch sides, and everything's just a little bit
भाई
different.
आप ही
You can
बताओ
shake off
कब
what
तक
happened
G
in that
fighting
first
करे?
half, no
Exactly,
problem.
travel भाई.
It's going
Exactly.
to be
This
a lot
is
of
my question
ghosts
as well.
for
Thank you for the
GE,
party.
One sheriff.
I feel
for
sad, bro.
Flashback. DRX. For now, he's just going to fall back. Oh, Hyunmin.
Right up here alongside the smoke, the push in. He's just going to
Nice!
get overwhelmed. Does manage to find the headshot to put Poppy down to 20 HP, but loses his life, freeing similarly tagged up. Over at short now, down to 40. Flashback, TPing back across, gets his way over towards Alley. And right now, Global widely slowed up. Freeing, considering going for the peak, thinks better of it. Sends up the stealth drone, spots out one. Poppy going to be finished off as Estrella able to find the kill here from backstairs into market.
Kelly S was in Narnia looking for a lurk. Mako seemingly somewhat aware that it could be possible.
Oh, just forgetting. It would seem that there's
Twice!
a player in that position. Estrella
They
goes for a
died
repeat.
twice
He's
like
able to
that,
find
bro.
Patrick Hu.
He's been solid, to say the least, coming in here for DRX today.
Mako, that slow peek in. Able to avoid getting caught, the net not going deep enough. Kelly S, however, swings around and loses the fight.
How?
Mako puts him down. The salvo's now coming through. That's going to be a
Oh,
big chunk there
shit.
on the Unotan as Mako recovered Ghost. Utilizes it
Cooked,
here
bro.
against Global Esports.
Team is cooked.
Once again, Unotan, last one standing. 49 health and a 1v4.
Bro, imagine being a
Flashback.
RCB,
Oh my God.
G,
Okay.
and PaperX supporter.
Finds the headshot. DRX find another pistol. They find themselves now 10-3 in the lead.
भाई तो उन लोगों को
curious who
पता
they were
ही नहीं
gonna-
रहेगा कि
The orb over.
जीतने पे टीम करना क्या होता
हर्ष
है.
भाई आपने G2 भूल गए.
ओह हेल ना. ना G2 पे एटलीस्ट ट्रॉफी तो है.
ट्रॉफी भी है, उसके साथ साथ फाइनल में जाके हारी है, एक बुलेट से हारी है बस.
ट्रॉफी भी तो है.
So snappy from Flashback.
Crisp. Well, a situation that we've seen GE in a handful of times so far here
G
throughout
को
the year.
changed where
A final
जुबिन है,
timeout
हर्ष भाई
call
नहीं कुछ.
as the odds are very much stacked up against them.
Is this some kind of force buy, set
Alright,
play?
I mean, that's what we'll have to wait and see.
तो आपकी
You know,
इतनी उम्र हो
or
ही
is
गई
it,
है.
once
और
again,
आपने
one
इतना
of those
विकेट
kinds
देख
of
लिया है.
conversations about,
क्या
okay,
लगता है
this is
आपको
their
इंडिया
map
की कोई
pick.
टीम को कोच
Let's
करना
focus
चाहिए?
up and just get ready for.
I feel I don't think so. I can coach someone else than Pavi Sports.
ओह,
Yeah, that's that.
मतलब आप अपने देश को अपना योगदान देना चाह रहे हो क्या?
Yes. भाई ये भड़क गया भाई, ये बड़ा वाला कोच. ऐसा लग रहा है मेरे को एक एक मुक्का देगा अभी गेम के बाद.
भाई ये अपने चांस का वेट कर रहा था हर्ष भाई.
हाँ ना,
बहुत टाइम से इसको दबाया जा रहा था.
पैशनेट है भाई ये. मजाक से हट के सबको एक मुक्का पड़ने वाला है आज.
ये वही है साला जो ट्विटर पे लिखता है कि यूरो नर्फ आएगा.
ये लिखता है?
हाँ यही लिखा था.
हैं?
Yeah, comes in here and looks like he hasn't missed a
वाइपर
beat since
बफ के
switching
बारे में कुछ
teams.
बोला?
The Flashback is playing out of his mind.
Also not missed a beat playing.
कोई
the
गिनती
Vice,
में ही
the
नहीं
first
लेता
time he's
क्या?
playing Vice.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is
लेते हैं
such
ना
a
भाई,
tough
अमेरिका
situation to
वाले
find
लेते हैं.
yourself in as GE.
Well, it is going to be the Stinger purchase here for the side of Global. Just one full armor here in Patrick Hu. So Flashback, every other target would be an insta-gib.
He's right up towards A heaven, so if this A execute comes through, the Vice wall is right in front too. Just the barrier to block off short.
Wall net over the top. Thorns sent. Estrella going to be locked in position there. Flashback coming away with two. Mako finding one before falling. Poppy now. That's one standing.
भाई एस्ट्रिया ने साइड पे बैठ के हगा, उसने पता नहीं क्या किया, बटन दबाए, उसने अपना फ्लैश रिट्रीव किया, कुछ तो किया, लेकिन फिर भी जिंदा बच के उसने एक किल लिया.
Still in a strong position. Outlaw still going to be carried forward, handed back over to Flashback. And it's going to be those singers once again for the side of Global Esports.
Hey, you're flipping the coin a bit here as the side of GE. If you can find the weaker site, if you can find, you know, the 2 and the 2-3 split. You know, a lot of times teams maybe run 2B, 1 mid, 2A, and therefore A might be the weaker side, but with all that Vice util there and the Outlaw.
1 hour 45 minutes की ये watch party होगी.
Decent salvos to back off freeing.
Doesn't take damage, but forces his position. Kunmin, he's just taking pot shots. I mean, they can't get anything. They can't get anything for free. Kunmin, you're up 11-3. They have stingers. And you just killed 3 through a smoke. Have you no shame? Have you no sense of mercy?
No. He is like...
No morality, no soul?
It's like Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. Just thumbs down. Just absolutely not
the
having
first
any
one,
of it.
okay.
Sure, but then he gets the ping reveal and then just sprays it through the wall. I mean... Yep. It's just great, you know, you back the Tejo off, you think that might give you enough space to try to work your way through mid, and Freeing just re-clears that space. He has so much confidence, throws the drone through.
Travel Plus by thank you for the 40 rupees. We all want India winning, eagerly waiting when. Exactly bro, exactly. Even me too bro. Even me too. अथर्व भाई ने 40 रुपए दिया है, पूछा है भाई मुंबई आया हूँ, मिलोगे? पिन मैसेज देख लो भाई.
So good luck.
वहाँ पे मैं आने वाला हूँ एक वीडियो शूट के लिए.
Unscopes it just
Nasha
before
game
the
today,
swing,
yes.
so just a tiny bit of damage going to be taken there from Flashback. Freeing, he gets tagged up though, down to 43.
That timing there, very fortunate for GE. All those players have half armor. If he had stayed scoped in, he might have got one, who knows, maybe more.
Gun barrel spotted.
नल्ली दिख गई. एक तो साला ये नल्ली कैसी दिख जाती है भाई.
Say, hey, maybe I can do it again. This time does get sat down. Flashback is looking to try to get some shots in from behind though, and he's going to be able to do so. Khelraay, yes.
भाई ये इसको मार देगा easily अभी Mako.
Yeah, hits the head. Mako now.
Easily मार देगा Mako.
Really looking to make it as miserable as humanly possible. Has a judge around the corner here at Tree. The swing coming in. 1-2 on the floor. Split.
No one can save GE,
Now
bro.
just 2 kills away.
No one can save GE now.
Unbelievable.
And Poppy will fall just down to Yudotan once more to try to see if he can make anything happen here. The 1v4 to extend it, to cut the lead to 42. And he's just going to get spammed out, it seems. Gonna push in. There you go. 3 kills for Mako. 3 rounds for Global Esports on Ascent. 13-3 the scoreline is DRX showing up to play. The double duelist composition looking magnificent.
To say the least. And so much of this game is just predicated on Flashback really piloting that Yoru incredibly well on the attacker side. Great game calling from Mako. Estrella, phenomenal on the Vice. Really looked solid in the 1v1s. What else can you say? I mean, when you have 3 players playing at that well, Hyunmin was great all the way through. Just
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. टफ टीम है दोस्तों सामने. इट्स ओके. रिलैक्स, काम डाउन बेबी, काम डाउन बेबी, काम डाउन. टफ टीम है सामने. इट्स ओके गाइस. रिलैक्स. इट्स ओके, इट्स ओके. वो लोग ट्रॉल कर रहे हैं यार चैट. वो लोग ट्रॉल कर रहे हैं, फॉर रियल ट्रॉल कर रहे हैं वो लोग. हैवी ट्रॉलिंग हो रही है चैट, हैवी. आ जाओ. कुशी कुशीले कुशी.
तो यही देखना पड़ेगा हर्ष भाई.
या कुशी कुशी गेम प्ले.
हाँ.
How do you tilt your monitor so low? Could you please show from backside? Oh,
वो है ना. ओ भाई ऊपर देखो, क्लच और किक.
damn. You actually said that.
Wow.
If you're anime fan, who is this? This is Tanjiro ke papa.
हाँ.
Yep.
नाइस भाई, आपको तो सब पता है.
हाँ,
क्या?
ये अपने भाई के साथ वॉच पार्टी देख रहा है यार.
एक सेकंड ये करो.
W ब्रदर.
भाई वो देखो भाई. हर्ष भाई,
क्या?
वो कढ़ाई से खाना खा रहा है.
I mean,
उसकी शादी में बारिश होगी.
ऐसा भी होता है? W bro.
लेट्स गो भाई, प्रोटीन ले रहा था यार वो.
Got this for my mother India. क्या बात है, क्या बात है.
डैम, हमने भी थाईलैंड में देखा था ये वॉच.
हर्ष भाई, कल मेरी हेयर स्टाइल देखी आपने?
ओ ओ वेरी नाइस ब्रो. सरंग आयो.
मतलब?
अरे मतलब वो बीटीएस हेयर स्टाइल.
क्या?
हाँ, बीटीएस हेयर स्टाइल लग रहा है भाई.
Bro, can you stop calling Koreans BTS?
अरे ये मतलब वही कोरियन हेयर स्टाइल.
Oh my god, bro. Wow. हाँ? हगासा लेकिन ऐसा पप्पी को जान मार देने जा रहा है. दे दिया. पप्पी दे दिया वो. तभी चापटी खाया. ये चेंबर मेंस ऐसे ही होते क्लच भाई.
हाँ.
अरे चमड़ी साला. ये क्या है?
तुम खुश कैसे हो गए भाई?
अच्छा, पहले गाल पे दिया इसलिए चापटी दी, फिर उसके बाद में डायरेक्ट अटैक किया तो खुश हो गई.
जुवेनाइल भाई.
मत करो यार. पागल इंसान है ये चैट. ओह माय गॉड भाई. पागल इंसान.
नीचे नीचे वाले मीम पे आओ.
ट्रैवल प्लस बाय थैंक यू फॉर द 40 रुपीस. अब टेंस एंड सिनाट्रा ही बचा सकते हैं जी को. एक्चुअली
सिनाट्रा भी.
मत करो यार. रेट दिस रेजर वाई. ओह पीक
भाई 10,000 on 10 भाई. बेस्ट माउस. शिट, क्या कर, उसका अच्छी कंडीशन में भाई अभी भी.
नाइस म्यूजिक वीडियो ब्रो.
वाओ ब्रो.
अभी तक बैठी है इधर ही. अभी तक यही गाना सुन रहा है. वाओ. ओह ही इज अ earbuds gamer.
वाओ भाई, उसके पास भी माउस देखो. अच्छा, उसी का माउस शायद वाइपर में नहीं है.
वाओ ब्रो, ये क्या है? ओ ये कोई तो एनीमे है. एनीमे का कंपास टाइप है ये.
बता, एक सेकंड बताओ वो कौन से एनीमे.
मंकी डी लफी है भाई. वन पीस मैंने देखा है हगासे.
साहब क्या
समझ
बात
रहे हो?
है?
1090th एपिसोड पे हूं मैं.
क्या बात है?
फ्रिकिंग फ्रीक.
1000 एपिसोड्स देख लिया आपने उसके.
यस.
आप तो हर्ष भाई, आप तो वीब निकले यार.
आई एम अ वीड.
वीड.
लाइक द स्ट्रीम ब्रो प्लीज.
ये तुम्हारा हेयर स्टाइल ये क्या है?
क्या भाई, दिस इज अ नाइस हेयर स्टाइल. भाई ये वो है क्लच भाई,
नहीं ये दूसरा है भाई।
लेकिन कितना क्लीन सेटअप है यार।
नहीं ये वही है।
कितने का रहेगा
वही
ये?
है
20,000।
20,000।
यार क्लच भाई मेरा भी एक कीबोर्ड है 20,000 का, लेकिन उसके ऊपर है ना अभी धूल बैठ चुकी है।
तो एक्सचेंज कर लो इसका।
भाई आवाज बहुत अच्छी आती है लेकिन उसकी।
वोटिंग की बहुत क्रेजी आवाज है।
She got me
She
this.
got me this. Damn bro. हाँ मुझे भी हॉट व्हील्स।
मुझे भी उसने ही दिए थे भाई। Even she got me this.
हैं?
Yeah, the shopkeeper was a lady. Wow. ये कौन है मालूम? लोकाय।
कौन भाई? क्या है?
लोकाय।
लुकाए।
भाई ये लाइट होती है ना ये?
मॉनिटर के लिए।
हर्ष भाई खाओगे? What is this? Cabbage. That's it. That's what you eat.
सैलेड खा रहा है वो जिंदगी भाई। आज मैंने बनाया हर्ष भाई
सलाद।
सैलेड। हाँ भाई।
Chimpanzini bananini or bombardiro crocodilo.
Bombardiro crocodilo.
Bombardiro crocodilo. Or
यार
chimpanzini bananini or bombardiro crocodilo.
भाई
Bombardiro crocodilo.
क्या बोलते बूस्टर भी डरका के चैट में जाके यही लिखता है।
Bombardilo crocodilo? G supporter nowadays. हर्ष दादा. I'm cheating Power Sports Season 2 ऑफ मध्ये बाहेर झाली. सगळे म्हणतात होते कि हमारी टीम सबसे स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट थी, लेकिन सबसे पहले हम ये एलिमिनेट हो गए। पेस भी था टीम में, हमारा परफॉर्मेंस प्रॉपर नहीं हुआ। अब तू जल्द ही सीजन 3 ऑर्गेनाइज कर। अरे हगा से तेरे लिए सीजन 3 अभी ऑर्गेनाइज करूं? हार गए तुम लोग इतनी स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम होने के बावजूद। तो इसका मतलब वेट
नहीं एक सेकंड, सीजन 2 में क्या चल रहा है भाई? फिर
ब्रो
ये तो
पेस
एब्सोल्यूट सिनेमा चल रहा है।
पेस की टीम एलिमिनेट हो गई तो मतलब इससे स्ट्रॉन्ग टीम है पावर स्पोर्ट्स में। ओ हेल ना, दिस इज पीक, दिस इज पीक। ये बार
Bro, मतलब ये लोग वीसीएल जाएंगे हर्ष भाई।
I hope.
तुम इनको वीसीएल भेजोगे?
ये बार ना क्लच भाई लोअर ब्रैकेट फाइनल्स और ग्रैंड फाइनल्स ये दोनों स्ट्रीम करूंगा मैं, बेस्ट ऑफ 5।
भाई मतलब क्या टीम है भाई? कौन खेल रहा है?
विनर गेट्स 10,000 रुपीज।
Damn.
ह्यूज। सनियम भाई आज खेलेंगे बुम्बा ब्रीलो ट्रकडीलो। मॉइस्चर एक्स, बेंजोइल
Benzoyl
पेरोक्साइड।
क्या बात
इज दिस फेस केयर रूटीन?
या स्किन केयर।
भाई थोड़ा मॉनिटर अपना स्क्रीन आपका थोड़ा डायबॉलिकल लग रहा
केयर
है।
भी कर दो भाई। क्या है?
वाओ, Ascendant. What?
नाइस ब्रो।
हर्ष भाई
60 FPS।
मैच से बड़ा ये बीच में का ब्रेक चला है।
Pick that as the pairing of the controllers.
Yeah, that seems like an interesting way round for me. Across on the side of GE, they're sticking with Deadlock Cypher. This is a style that this team have been running for a long time. I do think Deadlock is underused, to be honest, so I like that they're trying to make it work, but they need to be stronger than it was in that Ascent game, because I didn't feel like they managed to get much value out of the Deadlock there.
All right, well, this game
तो
is
coach साहब
very
क्या इसमें अपन को
important
5
for
राउंड
global
आने को
esports.
मिलेंगे?
Can they
वेल जिस हिसाब से ये परफॉर्मेंस चल रहा है उस हिसाब से हमारे कंट्रोल में कुछ नहीं चल रहा है, तो मेरे कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से दिस मैप इज गोइंग टू बी 13-4।
13-4 ओके।
Chat, is it 13-4? Do you feel the same, chat? लाइक द स्ट्रीम जिसने लाइक नहीं किया, जो लाइक नहीं किया है आज उसको टटी नहीं आएगी।
I think it was 13-3 back in kickoff when they were able to recover after a loss
Boomba,
on a
Relo,
miss.
Crocodilo.
And they were able to rally back. So they've shown that they have the capability of it. We know the quality of player that they do have. One of the things that we need to be seeing is a bit more confidence from them. But already first blood going to be found. Flashback taking down Patrick Hu, but Freeing and Flashback both end up falling. So the fight in mid
सुबाई कर ली।
very much goes the way of global. I could have called it the battle of mid. Missed opportunity.
Ooh.
You had it right there in the palm of your hand.
Right in front of my face, and I just absolutely beefed it. Coming in. Facing in, taking quite a bit of damage here.
Chat पट्टी मुझे लगी अभी.
Orb just going to be picked up. As the paint shell
Ooh.
has not thrown it.
Nice.
We'll be able to
Aggression
find one more
gameplay, bhai.
elimination. Stray and Mako in the meantime.
2v2
scale their
on
way
B
up
side.
forward into mid now. Drop down
Bro,
onto
no
the
way
site.
they're gonna win this 2v2.
And can go ahead and smoke off garage. So they know that they've got two players. They're in behind or in garage.
Chat मेरे को
They
टट्टी
have
लग रही
a
है.
pretty good suspicion of Yudotan as well.
And Mako's trying to find Yudotan. It's going to be onto Estrella to watch these two players at garage. A tough challenge for him. Still has a paranoia though. Haunt being thought about.
Bro, वो बीमन रैप कर रहा है chat.
Estrella trying to line up these shots.
Are you
Eventually he's able to find a pair
serious?
with
How
the
can he
final
lose
bullet.
that?
Mako now.
भाई ये
Oh, he
क्या
played it
उसने
so
नेट
well. He
डाला
played
है
it so
Footsteps,
well.
he's
He
approaching in from behind there, not watching for it at all. Mako striking, gets him off the spike. The push
भाई
coming
यार
through.
क्या हुआ? माको ने थ्रो किया भाई.
Just
नसीब
able to
जीत
find
गए.
a headshot before Mako can swing back around the
Oh
other side
my
of the pillar.
god.
He gets that little maneuver off.
भाई
This round
क्या
is done and
playing
dusted, but
किया
Ascent's
है
gonna
वो.
be global, picking up their first pistol
Boom
win.
बाप री लोग
Yeah,
crocodilo.
Mako there went around the world and almost stole this round away. Player advantage in mid there for GE, and they're able to capitalize. Win the 2v1.
Reply चल रहा है.
An exchange there for Hyunmin. Like you said, sitting on that paint shells, I thought maybe you could throw it to delay it a little bit, but after to just go for the fight. Yudotan, a huge win there.
खुशी नहीं हो रहा Yudotan को.
Boost for global
4, 3,
esports.
A
2,
very rare
1.
missed
Shouldn't.
clutch attempt there from Mako, but you're pointing it out. Yeah, there's an
2x
outlaw
करो.
with full armor behind it here for Hyunmin.
YouTube पे देख रहे हो?
Yeah.
Now hold the phone.
Mako playing as the
36,
selfless
35,
IGL.
34.
नहीं 2x करो.
They're just
नहीं तो मैं मुंह बंद रख दूंगा चलेगा.
here, but Nebula goes up,
नहीं,
Poppy.
चल रखो.
Maybe having some kind of sneaking suspicion that there's going to be a little bit more firepower behind here.
It just is so Mako to just be that selfless. The gentle giant gives the gun over to his teammates.
It's not only that, but also Flashback has full armor.
That's true.
Maybe it's in case Hyunmin dies, so they have somebody else that can pick up the outlaw and have full armor.
That could be.
Well, they just want him to be able to survive if he slides forward in the face of somebody.
Yeah.
57,
Maybe it's just
56.
Using the
Perfect,
neon as
perfect.
the living drone to try to break through. Look at these trips though. That one right there at the front of sight, really tricky.
Yeah, Cage right on top of it as well.
Yep. That's
They
something
have
a lot
an
of the
outlaw,
Cyphers
bro.
have been talking about. Foxy9 was talking about it the other day in the post-match interview. Yudotan is going to find Mako. Hyunmin. Oh, he's gone
Ooh,
too.
nice.
So considering the swing out, but
वाह.
will just be Hyunmin down
Outlaws
frame.
anybody
Does
classic
get the final
से मरे.
trade back. The weapon be
30
picked up. The
seconds
answer is
left.
yes. And maybe the game plan is going as they had hoped here. Is Flashback.
Ui.
Timing.
Yep.
Ui माँ.
Set up. Net gonna fall short here. Not able to find too much. Flashback scopes in, gets the shot, but now Spike on the floor.
Nice.
Flashback hounded down, and it is just Estrella.
Estrella
See if we can get
हंस.
anything done.
हंस अभी हंस.
Smoke
Estrella
moving the
हंस.
plant. Just gonna be stuck.
हंस अभी.
And yep, hands and Spike gonna be seen. So Poppy able to go ahead and collect that one. So 2 casualties on the side of Global Esports, but they also say, well, thanks to the outlaw.
Yeah. Oh, that puts you in a really tricky position as DRX.
बोनस जीत गई ना
Trying
मजा
to
आ
get those
जाएगा.
full armors, knowing that your opponent's going to have that outlaw. And with some of the players investing extra cash into that round, you're going to be able to come through with at least 3 rifles. See what it looks like behind that. Couple with full armor.
Bro, they are actually. I don't know, bro.
So
They
yeah,
are
Sheriff
low
with
on
full
energy.
armor, and then Hyunmin is just going to have the light armor.
They need someone to.
वाले?
हाँ.
So,
अबे मेरे
gonna
को
run
जी
into
में कोई
that
वाइट
outlaw as
मर्चेंट
Hyunmin
नहीं है.
well.
Haunt, oh,
Oh
my god. Hell of a
Nice
reveal.
font, bro.
Something about DRX and just not clearing scan utility versus Filipino teams. Shoutouts to Secret on Haven from years
Oh,
ago.
shit.
Being able to find one flashback does get taken down. Crystal able to come
निकाल
away
ले
with
उड़ी उड़ी जाए निकाल ले उड़ी उड़ी. Oh!
missing each other like ships in the night.
Oh! Bro,
in,
what in the world was that? Ringa Rossi.
लगा दिया था भाई.
Things start getting away from them just a little bit, but Kelly's arriving. Finds
Nice.
one. Net getting a minor grab there onto Mako.
3v3 bro, this is so winnable.
3v3 and
Oh shit.
further damage found. Very solid. And there you go. Able to find one, finds 2 now. In a position to go ahead and just close out the
What
round.
a heavy!
Split attention,
What a
Hyunmin.
bonus!
Not sure which way to aim. Global.
Bonus convert
They're
कर
going to
दिया.
convert this bonus. 3-0 start here on Split, and that's the rally back we're talking about.
Yeah, this is just so nice. I mean, the timing.
It's good.
on
W's
that
in the
haunt
chat. W's in the
just
chat.
gives everything away
W's,
for DRX.
only
and
W's
they're
in the chat.
immediately trying to find their flanks are Global Esports. Crystal, oh, unbelievable. With the classic, just steps out and finds one. Yudotan, it was everybody, all hands on deck for DRX to make sure he was cleaned out. Poppy, so good in moments like this. And then able to double face there right as the poison cloud is
Poppy chulo
dissipating.
gameplay.
Really nicely drawn up by GE. A bunch of stingers for the side of DRX, full rifles, couple ults as well. Annihilation and the Cosmic Divide if necessary for GE.
DRX बढ़ के गया chat.
Trying to turn up the tempo.
ओए,
Well, Flashback just didn't check it
अंधा है
behind,
क्या?
so Khelraay is able to come away with a free one.
Nice.
Oh, here backside damage dealt. Starting to get
ठीक है,
overwhelmed,
ठीक है,
but
ठीक है.
still
Good
gonna be
for one.
for another kill.
Please, नहीं,
Mako tries to scale
nice.
forward, tries to catch Crystal off guard, but wise to it. Picks him apart, Estrella out, desperately trying to reposition, TPs into its backside. Scoops with the Vandal, the pressure being applied. Estrella out, last
ये
one
निकाल
alive.
सकता है यार.
1v2 with Crystal low on HP.
Oh,
nearly
nice, thank
Well,
God,
they got
भाई.
near one,
अच्छा खेल रहे हैं
भाई मेरे को लगा ये राउंड गया था.
Last alive.
उन लोग अपना
4-0 start.
लोबा इतना
Similar
क्लोज लाए.
scenes, so what we were seeing from DRX on Ascent.
DRX
Yeah,
नहीं नहीं
and
DRX लेट बैक खेल रही है.
they try to go for
अभी
the
वो लोग
fast
स्लो
hit.
खेलेंगे ना इन्फो
Bring
पे
just
रीड
doesn't
पे
check that corner.
तो
It's a
येड़
trade and
भगाएगी.
then a gun upgrade for DRX.
देखो ना वो लोग स्लो नहीं खेले अब
And
तक.
then everybody
हाँ,
else
fast खेले, सही बात.
from the
बहुत
side of
fast खेल रहे हो
GE
लोग.
is quick to get over here. Great work by Crystal.
कॉम्पी जैसा.
Aware that somebody could be
हल्का हाथ
pushed
रखा है
up.
हाँ हल्का हाथ
I think
रखो.
freeing their wide swung outside of the drop rope from B tower, where if he had tried to isolate that fight, I think he could have done a little bit more in that situation.
अभी
but
डिफॉल्ट है थोड़ा सा.
Maybe just didn't anticipate that there was going to be everybody, you know, two players, because they had already seen the Rays blast pack past them towards where the spike was coming out of alley. Nope. DRX seemingly not quite as in tune with this different double duelist that we're seeing here with the Rays and the Neon. Haven't quite really seen it find some of those big hit moments, some of those fast combos that will put GE players off balance and get some freebies.
Reposition from Patrick, who bit of an all-in spot here from him. Does slowly slink back over into vent before the Nebula dissipates, so keeps himself safe here for the moment. Bit slower here from the side of DRX. Have to suspect that
ए रीग्रुप कर रहा
being
है.
able to find a round win here. It's going to be the likely call of a timeout. It's Mako. Not going to get darted here by the camera. Oh, tries to slide in, get alongside the wall, but he cannot. Yutan quick to go ahead and
Nice,
find that
nice.
punish. Now the Nightfall going to be layered in. It's going to be the tripwire.
Bro,
off
drive
the
to
back
us,
of the
trip.
Rifle damage to find the kill. Straight trying to just desperately TP forward, but it's cut down to size. The stun not connecting.
Aye?
Crystal, the headshot does. 5-0 here
That's right.
for Global Esports.
I have to think we're going to see a timeout from Termi.
Commendable.
G is playing good,
Sticking.
Oh
but
boy.
Very good भाई.
DRX is attacking bad.
Kind of rethink some of these ideas.
मतलब ये DRX level नहीं है.
Some micro mistakes
समझो.
that are costing you, and then
Trip
you
से
know,
मारा है वो trip से.
Flashback just decides, okay, well, I'm going to turn up the tempo.
वही तो
There's all
थोड़ा
that
सा
util
branded
that's
खेल
in
रहा
front
है.
of him. Not only the Nightfall, the Cypher stuff.
क्या खेल रहे हैं? अच्छा.
You can have everything you want to slow that hit down as Global Esports, and DRX just kind of running right through it. So, I mean, DRX was absolutely phenomenal on Ascent, and Global Esports looks
मेरे को तो
phenomenal
लगता
here
है
on
ये
Split.
इकोनॉमिकल राउंड
Still
DRX
sitting on
जीतेगी.
Annihilation and a Cosmic Divide. Okay, Estrella, good for one.
All going to be sent, but I think it's a little bit of a whiff. It does not cut off Garage. Mako lurking, readjusts, second shot connects. Kelly S on the floor, and Mako says, "Yep, I'm satisfied with that." Reroutes back through sewer. It's going to be a world away from the rest of his team, but given the player advantage, should be relatively safe. And now Global Esports constantly have to be looking over their shoulders for this Viper.
Spike planted. Them down.
You're going to use that Tejo util to try to keep people at bay, allow Estrella to shift over to Garage, but he's kind of turning his attention back and forth, timing.
Swing in, Patrick Hu able to win out the fight. Showstopper is online.
Alt.
They're still against some weaker
अबे
weaponry.
उसका!
They decide to pull the trigger on this ultimate. The drop down, Yutan going to be felled there. Swinging from Hyunmin, finding another.
Oh.
Now it's all down to Patrick Hu.
That's
Freeing,
मतलब है यार.
just able to escape. The paint shell going to go his way. swings forward, ends up dying. Patrick who needing to win the fight.
Yeah,
Will
try
find
that,
that kill on the
right?
Hyunmin. Maybe it would be clutchable, but DRX will be able to find their first round victory here on this attack.
Well, it really seems like quick decision making is the name of the game here for DRX.
दुश्मन बॉर्डर के उस पार ही नहीं होते, कुछ देश के अंदर भी होते हैं हेटर. Sorry यार.
Onto the B site. I mean, there was one in mid, of course, as well with Mako, but once Estrella found that kill on site, it is just everybody rush through, get in there and take that space, scale forward, and get ready for the plant. And they're just barely able to get through it. There was hope there for Patrick, who a lot of players weak.
अबे हर राउंड मर भी तो रहते.
Use the Teho utility to clear the corner, Boombot to clear front. And immediately a couple players from GE tuck in. They're on a weaker buy already after winning 5 in a row.
Mako holding the line for one. Yudotan able to go ahead and push forward. That's going to be a weapon picked up. As Kelly S finds Estrella. The rest of the team trying to push their way forward here. Into the side, flashback. Barely able to go ahead and draw up the weapon, stabilize to find that kill. Showstopper going to be sent. Clips the corner of the pillar. Kill not found for there. Things now grinding to a halt. 3v3 with flashback dangerously low.
Just how are you going to check this corner?
Drop down. Solid damage dealt. That's going to be a timing from Yudotan. Showstopper sent up into heaven, finds it. The puppy is there now. Comes down to flashback.
Puppy has no idea.
It's going to be left guessing. He's playing it patiently, but flashback and just sit tight. Here's the footsteps now. Catches a glimpse of him. Knows that he's not going to be going for any kind of defuse, so finds the headshot to be able to go ahead and drag this round across the line. DRX, a second one.
I just absolutely scrappy there. Yudotan, nice job. Again, GE always is coming at you in pairs.
यार वो हेवन वाला कैसे मरा अल्ट में भाई? कभी तो साला ऐसे मरते नहीं है वो रेज अल्ट में. ये कैसे मर गया यार?
बस भाई. न्यूटन को दुनिया भर का टाइम नहीं था वहाँ से भागने का.
Great patience shown by
वो कैसे मरा भाई अल्ट में?
Cutting sound, waiting that out, and using it against his opponents very, very nicely. This is a really early cosmic divide. This has got to send your danger senses tingling.
जी ने एस्ट्रॉल्ट कर दिया.
Well, stray shots.
Oh my, that's diabolical, bro.
Flashback, barrel stuffing, a spot out.
Bro,
और मर गए.
नल्ली दिखा दी यार पर. Oh my god.
Don't know.
I'm not sure.
Now we are cooked.
It feels like there should be some kind of set play off the back of that, and DRX was just
I thought,
ahead of it.
I thought there was going to be like more aggressive positioning, scaling forward into mid, trying to get that control.
And B garage because it cut off through there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then
it didn't. I don't know. I can see if there's some kind of plan behind it. Maybe they just couldn't execute it for some reason. Maybe there was some piece of util that slowed things up that they weren't expecting. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, not sure about the cook on this one.
Recipe needs a little work.
Yeah. That being said, though, it's going to be a third round pickup for the side of DRX as they try to streak their way back into this game. Global Esports still in a solid enough position as Kelly S and Freeing missing each other just a bit.
Should be nothing that comes of that. The big problem here for GE is that you're forking over the economy game because of that. So they're anticipating aggression. It just doesn't come in the spots that they're expecting.
नल्ली गेम प्ले भाई
Slow
अरे.
push through that wall, and Estrella's right there.
भाई मेरे को जी का समझा ही नहीं हर्ष भाई. या तो वो गलती से.
Well, it is what it is. But the concern now is that you're back on an eco. You're gonna have a judge and one hero rifle.
मेरे हिसाब से ये 13-5
for DRX. Still have a couple ults to work with too.
स्ट्रीम गया नहीं है. अगर आपकी लैग हो रही है तो 1080p पे मत देखिए. YouTube का इशू है.
For some kind of trap play, I think, off this grab net. You could do like grab net into gravity well into paint shells. It could be really annoying for DRX.
It does have that annihilation on the back as well.
True.
So yeah, I mean, you can see just waiting to try to spring this trap. Question is, does anybody from DRX really fall into it? They're just going to go ahead and swing onto the corner. The paint shell now going to be lobbed in. Hunman going to be able to find one. The net being removed. It is going to be DRX who are able to trade up. Khelraay also gets taken down. Patrick Koo able to avoid getting stunned.
थोड़ा deep nade चले गया.
Lightning fingers in play.
थोड़ा deep nade चले गया क्लच भाई देखा.
To a very quick close.
हाँ वही exactly. नहीं तो निकल जाता ना कि.
Position needs quite a bit of damage.
Round होता है.
सारे मर जाते हैं यार.
Now going to be caught out in range there by Estrella. Yudeltan last one alive. No weapons recoverable here for him.
उसको bounce थोड़ा calculated करना चाहिए था.
I don't think you
find any real value here.
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't use the pit.
Please don't.
Okay, does manage to find one. Has to reload it though, and on the Jiggle Peak knows that he's dead. 4 to 5. Thrifty not coming to fruition. Global Esports still in with an opportunity to go back into a buy round. Back into the driver's seat here. And establish the dominant half.
Yeah, I like the ideas early. Oh, they're able to clear that annihilation. Great use of the Tejo util to clear the back of pillar to get that judge out of there. I was kind of wondering, I quickly scanned towards the util once that judge was identified, how DRX was going to be able to handle it. By the time I saw, the salvos were already out from freeing. So little things like that, protocols that DRX has, so good. Khelraay trying to get ahead of that smoke. A little bit of damage towards Patrick Koo. Again, DRX, so happy to contest for this.
Bro, are you serious?
All right. Just brutality.
Juvenile G, thank you for the 40 rupees.
Clearly, I mean, I think what they've been drilling is Mako's just been teaching everybody how to get kills through smokes.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of Mako, Ted over here, continuously noted in this A main position.
Should know it's B though. With that prowler not finding anyone, even sends out a second.
DRX,
ahead of the game, yeah. Got to be careful with the footstep noise. Had Crystal stayed there, he might have gotten wise to it, but he backed off. So.
Oh भाई क्या छुपे ये लोग.
Wow, the timings.
Crystal. Going to be
good ult, bro. Huge ult. Everyone's ulted. Everyone's freaking ulted, bro.
Quick reveal out, but Paint Shells pushes him away from the window.
But कोई capitalize नहीं कर पाएगा उससे.
Back deeper into heaven. There's the spike now. Just trying to assess, it seems, where they really want to plant this. Instead, it's going to be the back corner. Freeing off the back of this. Does have that Armageddon now online.
Go ahead. There it is.
Sends it towards screens. That's going to filter everyone.
ये भी उल्टा ult करता तो सब मरते.
Towards heaven now, and they're going to be filling screens on the back of this. You're not able to find the first, however. Estrella finding back, finding two. Neural Theft reveals all, but freeing does not matter.
Shit, bro.
Care about that.
Shit, bro.
2 kills, and we are tied up at 5 to 5.
Just
diabolical.
Again, brilliant back row stuff from DRX, where they're able to.
This is
get
actually
the read.
diabolical.
Mako dies, a couple prowlers go out. And Mako is like
BTS
aware that, you know what, maybe this is actually the weaker side, potentially. They've been getting a little bit of contact
Heavy BTS
over the other parts of the map. They probably think this is B off of just the solo kill onto Mako. Let's rotate back over
like
to
the stream if you're new, subscribe to the channel, guys.
It's things like that that are really showing.
तेरे जैसे पनौती के कारण जी हार रहा है. मेरी क्या गलती है यार?
This whole squad is. The coaching staff so well prepared for their opponents. GE, what looked like it was going to be maybe another fast map, send it over to map 3.
Bro, I started watching this on 5-0. ये देखो इसकी गलती है. ये अद्वैत की गलती है. Hey, हगा से.
Yeah, a last-ditch timeout call here. Before
closing out the
10
second call कर लेता यार.
Pick up the next 2 rounds, 7 to 5. Not going to feel too bad about that, just given this double duelist setup from the side of DRX. They should be finding value when it comes down to the attack. You were able to deal with it so well for those first 5 rounds. And even play them close and some of the ones following up behind that.
Yeah.
But it's going to be another thrifty attempt. Try to see if they can at least get to 6.
Hunman's got an outlaw again. Full armor for Patrick Koo. Everybody else will be within 1 tap range. Crystal's going to go for another judge.
ऐसा timeout में दे straight up by members को.
Glass cannon judge of that. Boombot will go ahead and let him know. And actually, no, Poppy does clear it out with the Sheriff.
This smoke has to
मतलब
be
इतना पैसा है
sending
भाई
alarm
गन
bells
बाहर
in your
फेंक
head.
रहे हैं आज भाई.
Yeah.
It's way deep.
So leave Hyunmin back around the corner. He could just paint shell if they really have a strong idea of it. Looks like they
Oh
don't.
hell nah.
As goodbye. Goodbye.
Nice.
That's the spike.
Nice. ये राउंड निकल सकता है.
Crystal not in control, and
ये राउंड
Mako,
निकल गया.
once again noted.
W
GE,
round.
A very solid read on this round. Only one shell left here.
W
for
round.
Crystal. Here's the weapon getting picked up. Spike as well. He's going to be sending out the C's nade. Looking for the grab, freeing.
W नाड़े.
Tiny bit of damage there. Really trying to clear the corner of the slide and flashback able to find one. Crystal going to be dealt with. The salvo into the corner as well. Freeing.
गया
Punches
राउंड.
out Patrick Koo.
राउंड गया chat.
2v3, Poppy around the corner. The Sheriff in hand, looking for the headshot. Cannot find it. Freeing just a little bit faster, but Yurotan, Stinger at that range, still able to find the damage. Just the kill on the flashback. Now gives them a winning chance, and there you go. Kelly S. recovered. Vandal pushing forward. Catches him off guard, and Global will be able to pull it off. Down in weapons and economy, but still winning out the round, getting themselves up to 6.5.
Yeah, just not really being able to sense that trap where DRX.
पिन मैसेज देख लो
Kind of
भाइयों.
aware that maybe
नाइट
somebody
मार्केट 10 तारीख को आने वाला है और
could
ये
be
बार
in
नाइट
B
मार्केट हम लोग ऑफ स्ट्रीम
not quite aware of
ये
the
करने वाले हैं,
weaponry that was
रिवील
gonna be
करने
right
वाले
around that
हैं.
corner.
सिंपली
I mean, a lot
गेमिंग
of times
कैफे
the
करके
judge is
अंधेरी
gonna be
में वहाँ पे
you know,
10
male
तारीख को
or
10
up
बजे
events, things like
सुबह
that.
ये इवेंट होगा.
This time, it is right next to them. Good reaction though here to use the relay bolt into the Tejo util. At least give themselves some kind of chance, but the whole time,
और ये अंधेरी वाले कैफे में होएगा, कांदिवली वाले नहीं.
outside of garage, Kelly S is just walking through spawn after they kill Mako. He's just taking his time going on the walk, and he will find a ton of value because of that. Couple away from freeing's ult, still sitting on that Viper ult for Mako, but he's been on solo duty over at A, and this time off the rip,
सुबह
sent an extra player over, thinking that maybe it could be an aggressive push. Instead, it's just the freeing flashback duo clearing through in towards mid. There's a sonic sensor that Kelly S is going to try to play off of from heaven. Gunman's got the op. They're trying to bait for him a little bit there, but the smoke goes up and Poppy's going to reposition.
And does he tiny bit of damage there.
Just a bit. See now DRX very wary of any of these trap plays, and GE might be thinking about another one. Same kind of setup.
ये मारेगा यार 2 जन को अभी.
Youngman saves him off here for the first. Paint shells. Who's it? I don't think he has any clue. Yeah, he does not know. You could knife.
No surprises.
He's gonna wait.
Well, he's trying to see if there's anybody else pushing in this angle. There's not. He's all alone. Patrick Koo now dead in heaven.
30 seconds
Kelly S though continuing to play this quietly. Slowly sneaking in from behind. Now opens up here with the shots. Swings back.
ठीक है चलेगा.
Just able to win out that fight. That could have been everything. Quick peek in from Crystal. Does go ahead and interrupt the spike plant, but they still have enough time. As Yurotan now.
11 तक रखो, 10 से 1 बजे तक होगा.
The pit could be thrown in. Mako's not in position for it.
लेकिन first come first serve रहेगा.
Might as well.
I think he's just like, yeah, we're fine without it. Seems to be the thought process here as Yurotan now spotted. Snake bite perfectly at his feet. Fantastic bank shot, and Mako will go ahead and deliver the final shot. So 6-6 at the half. Global looking a hell of a lot more alive at the beginning of this one, but then struggling. DRX
Good half,
quite
bro.
some time there.
That was a good half, I guess.
Again, a lot of trickery that we're seeing as the
Chat, was that a good half?
The half wore on and things got more
GH in the
difficult
chat.
for GE. A few of it worked, some of it didn't.
अर्श भाई
Good post-plan protocols as always for
क्या लगता है
DRX.
जी को क्या रोकता है
Yeah,
अच्छे
pretty
players
curious
खेलने
about
से?
this defenders.
अच्छे players ही तो है ये.
नहीं अच्छे players as in मतलब top notch players. जैसे मतलब जी हर बार कोई नए नाम उठाती है या फिर एकदम अंडररेटेड नाम उठाती है.
हाँ.
मतलब मान लो जैसे स्टैक्स, मीटियोर, ऐसे प्लेयर क्यों नहीं उठाती जी?
तो उनका
फंड्स की कमी है.
एक प्लेयर के पीछे पैसा देने से अच्छा उतने पैसे में नए स्काउट अगर करे लोग, उनमें पोटेंशियल दिखे और उन लोग को 2-3 साल तक खेलने दे, समझ रहे हो? तो वो उस लेवल के हो सकते हैं, ऐसा ऐसा विजन रहेगा ना किसी का भी।
हाँ तो पर 1 साल के बाद तो खिलाते ही नहीं ना वापस।
तो वो तो क्योंकि टीम अच्छा परफॉर्म नहीं करती।
तो अगर विजन ही ऐसा है तो विजन गड़बड़ नहीं है फिर? समझ रहे हो?
क्या विजन चाहिए फिर कि एक ही प्लेयर एकदम महंगा ले लेने का
नहीं
और उसके रन ड्रीम बनाने की?
टीम फॉर्मेशन could have been better.
नहीं भाई, मेरे को तो लगता है बराबर चल रहा है, मतलब बराबर ही उनका विजन चल रहा रहेगा। एक प्लेयर लेके मतलब नहीं है।
अचीव नहीं हो रहा ना।
तो वो तो अभी ट्रायल एंड एरर है ना।
Before you get to post plants.
तो कितने साल तक होगा ये?
Just a matter of
जब तक पैसा है।
How far can GE get against some of this aggression that
और जब तक पैशन है।
expect DRX to be throwing? Ooh, that's a lot of damage to free.
That it is. Quickly panicked. Sends out that suppressed drone and flashback out from heaven, able to find one. Unit on Patrick Hu, however, trading up. Themselves in with the advantage. Patrick Hu tagged up down to 58.
Excuse me, actually, alle.
He does it again. Plants are dead. Spike now being ushered all the way into the back corner here.
Didn't see him.
Hyunmin, yep, not catching a glimpse of either, it would seem here. Both players not noticing as Mako will be taken down. Now the approach coming through, Hyunmin narrowly able to survive.
ए मोनिये खेला है क्या जी में?
Line share of this round going to be on his back.
मोनिये टेक्सचर
tucked away.
मतलब हर्ष भाई
Completely quiet. Strikes, finding one
nice round,
and
bhai.
finding the other. 3 kills here for the fade. Global tie things up 2-2 in pistols. They regain the lead.
है दूसरे टीम्स के लिए।
Yeah, this is just.
नहीं, मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ कि मतलब स्काउट अच्छा है भाई।
Who was it that dropped down there as flashback to try to back up free? Don't know if I agree with that play there.
स्क्वाड थी जी की जिसमें
Got a little ambitious.
टेक्सचर
Felt like maybe they were going to be able to shut that attack down, but
वो टीम पीक टीम थी, सारे
Patrick Hu
प्लेयर्स
got
अच्छे
pretty
हो गए।
deep pretty quick. Kind of set things pretty off balance in terms of what angles you were going to be
वो
able to
टीम
deal
में
with.
भरोसा चाहिए था।
GE was quick to capitalize.
वो टीम में भरोसा
और वो
चाहिए।
टीम में एक्चुअली शायद टेक्सचर को किलजॉय खिलाते थे।
Mako, as always, good for kills through smokes.
एस्केरोसी को हटा भी देते और नया प्लेयर ले
Wasn't
आते।
enough this
Crazy
time.
IGL।
No buy up at all to speak up for
आयरन
DRX.
एस्केरोसी को हटा के।
But it's got to be in the back of your mind as GE.
Stacks और Meteor।
So you're going to be a little bit more diligent. Well, bye-bye,
मजा आ
Mako.
जाता भाई।
Quick elimination found there. Patrick Hu. Oh, getting him lined up. Estrella down to 13 off the back of that.
Oh shit, bro,
Slide in
got
from flashback is going to be good for a kill. Is freeing similarly
Communication
does find
gap.
Yudotan.
ब्रो कल तुमने डीमन वन देखा? क्या
But now it is
crazy
just
खेला।
नहीं,
Estrella.
क्या मारा?
और कल किंग ने भी मारा
Very
भाई।
low on
किंग ने
HP.
एक मैच मारा।
Cloud9 के अगेंस्ट था
Not
ना?
much more to be done.
हाँ दोनों मैच जीती गए। तू वो जीती गया।
Delay there from Poppy, able to go ahead.
Cloud9 के
jump.
against
So
ही
two
मारती है ले।
casualties.
Demon 1 भी।
Not much loss in the way of economics.
वो जब
So
Cloud9
Global
अच्छी टीम है हाँ।
close out a relatively clean anti-eco. Now go into their bonus.
Yeah. And it's looking pretty decent.
अच्छा फ्यूरिया के अगेंस्ट था।
Bulldogs, a Guardian, and a Phantom, I think.
अरे हाँ
value out of the
फ्यूरिया के
Marshall
against था,
there.
sorry।
Couple quick kills.
C9
for
का भी
DRX.
match
They
था ना
spring
कल?
into action off
अबे
of
फ्यूरिया
contact,
ने
try
क्या
to do what
थ्रो
they
किया
can
था
with the
पता है
classics.
एसेंट में?
जो C9 है मैं भी
1v3 निकाला।
To win the match.
बी साइड पे खड़े रह के।
Hey, I mean,
और फ्यूरिया वाले एक
for
एक
what
करके
it's worth,
घुस रहे थे
Kelly
उसको
S does a great
Wow.
job just always staying positive, being vocal. You can hear him up here in the caster booth. Who's freeing?
Not eating any damage this
Sorry,
time
मैं
around.
थोड़ा
Estrella.
tweaking कर
Set
रहा
up
था।
over the top here. As, oh, there's the triple. Dissipate peak. And it's going to be a 1-for-1. Blast pack across. Patrick Hu, though, eating an immense amount of damage on entry. Means that it's a very easy cleanup for Hyunmin.
Oh, I love this. Freeing, aware that they had given up this space, using the drone to clear it. He's going to get the spot on the crystal, too. That's so heads up.
Oh, bro is so aware of the double peak.
Not over challenging for the fight.
क्या कर रही है जी? ए जाने का कोशिश कर रही है।
Towards that A heavy
आई गेस ए
position.
पे प्रॉलर वो
Come
फेक
up
करेगा
with
और
that.
फिर भी जाएगा। या मे बी दे
Gets
वो
positioned
लोग
here
बी
on the
फेक
raft,
कर रहे हैं।
just on that corner.
He's waiting for his
Drops
recon
down,
or
makes
what?
some noise though. Not the silent drop. Intentional or not, hard to say.
वो ए रिकॉन
Global
फेक करने
Esports
वाला है
are
क्या?
Very much pinned in place.
Really trying to get some kind of read, waiting for this haunt to come back up before they make any moves. They're trying to just throw some util to sell a fake.
They just took the time to go ahead.
बुरा तो नहीं है इतना
Garage,
fake.
get the orb. Now Yudotan head spotted, taken off. This grab not grab net, not able to find anything there. And Khelraay flushed over towards this side of the pillar. The spike still in hand, needing to clear this out. Cannot find it.
Spike down.
Spike will be down. The round will come to a conclusion. The bonus conversion not on the cards here as DRX bringing things back, being damn close. One round separating as Fring will find the final kill.
Just
Again, bye. Thank you for the
aggressive
response.
towards mid this time, but
Welcome back to the Bow
DRX
Gang.
so good about understanding when and where players could be. That one from Australia, you can't really blame him on. You're just anticipating, you know, one of their players, whether it be one of the Sentinels or Poppy, is going to maybe try to challenge that angle. So you're trying to use that as kind of a catch that solo lurking player off guard. Instead, there's three there. He at least is trading one out. That's not bad in that situation. But really, for me, freeing there with that timely stealth drone is what really allowed DRX to settle in comfortably there in the mid round. Very, very heads-up play from him. This flashback seems to be on perma mid duty. Backed off by the util. Has to pull out the grab net.
Fine for the moment. Global just fishing where possible.
ये round A का scene है.
Can catch anything here for free.
Astrea's trying
ये पे
to
वापस fake है.
inch forward at B main. Nobody's really watching that for Global Esports. There's just a smoke there to keep him at bay.
Ooh. Ooh.
The push out in the mid. Waits it out. Poison orb drop. Flashback.
ये shotgun लेके खेल रहा है क्या?
Looking to try to
नहीं.
just hold back this line.
अरे यार.
Gunman who swings
He
in.
still got one.
Lined up, but only going to be good for one. Looking for the transfer there is flashback. He cannot. It's going to be Poppy coming away with two. Looks for a little bit more, but freeing in from behind.
अबे कैसे बच गया?
Find the punish and now Yurutan.
अच्छा लास्ट वाला ट्रेड नहीं हुआ ना.
Cross through the fence.
Crazy trades हुए भाई मिड पे.
Double stack this. Really smart from DRX.
He has to wait for the smoke.
Set up. I mean, he has a cam. He could throw it out maybe, but I don't think he's going to get much of a glimpse here.
Still a paranoia too.
So stray shots to connect. And as he goes for the swing, Estrella is there, the off angle. We are tied up at 8-8. Global.
Eco आ गया यार अभी lead lose हो गई.
Knocked back economically. So an attempt.
But now I feel it's tough because उनका defense है अभी.
This will be a critical one to win.
But still.
I mean the timing there.
अच्छा दी है भाई. बताएं कि स्पीड उनका मैप है.
वो जो मेल रूम से पीक लेके एक किल लिया ना मिड पे वो नहीं होना चाहिए था मालूम.
Yep.
Find that extra kill. Poppy still busy.
दो जन थे और
watching.
पीछे का बंदा मारा.
DRX का स्पॉन्सर पोर्शे.
Yeah, Outlaw for flashback. Also has the ult to back it up.
उनको फ्री में मिलती होगी.
Overdrive is there.
हाँ.
See what they want to do. A gap in the smoke.
Second shot going to go a little bit wide.
Thank you Abhishek bye for the 2 months. Love you too baby.
There's Yurutan swinging from main. Little bit of damage found on the Mako, but Mako wins those. Free peek from flashback. Quick little reload. Ping out. Khelraay through the smoke is able to go ahead and put the outlaw on the floor. See how much more damage they're going to be able to find.
I mean, it's one of those weird situations for Khelraay. Get the gun upgrade, get another kill. You could send an annihilation, and all of a sudden it's a 2v2. Still a chance for Global Esports for sure. Free gun. Makes a bit of noise though. Looks like it was intentional to sell, like they were trying to go towards A. Outlaw scooped up for Poppy. Hyunmin still has the paint shells.
Just waiting it out quietly here. There, I mean, DRX, they have to know that this weapon's going to be picked up. But, you know, there's a spot out. Paint shells, salvos, everything being chucked up here in towards heaven. As the clock hits 15 seconds remaining. Being able to just get the plant would be nice here for the side of Global to get that money. It's free, going to be pushed off the angle. They're out into the open.
Oh, come on, यार निकल जाता मालूम.
Stability found.
अच्छा दो
Extra
साइड पे.
casualty picked up there for the side of Global
भाई इसने एक ने whiff कर दिया था.
Close out the round and now regain the lead 9-8.
I'm just so impressed with the way that DRX is so communicative and the way that they know when not to fight. Like so many teams you'll see when they're in an advantage in a 4v2 and the players will get overconfident.
Vibe battle, yeah.
In this situation, you know, the players from DRX, Freeing and company, they're backing up while they're allowing the players from A to rotate over so they can really all collapse together onto those last two players of Global Esports. Don't give them any chances. Doesn't matter if you're up against an eco. Play correctly every time. And that's something
ये हर एक प्लेयर या तो जी से जाने के बाद अच्छा खेलता है।
दोनों चीजें पॉसिबल है।
नहीं वो देखो ना डेरियन ब्लीड में कितना अच्छा खेलता था।
या
हमारे पास आते ही हक दिया।
But I'll be back, Lush bhai.
Trying to help his new coach out, new head coach out.
You're playing very good. Lock in. Minor mistakes नहीं करने, minor. Yes.
First time in 2 years, after 2 years, to see DRX and GE.
We talked about how important this one could be here for GE.
Yeah.
You know, a win, you're in a great spot to make it into the playoffs. If not already, no, I don't think they wouldn't lock, but it would be a very good spot, yeah. And it would basically come down to them and Paper X.
Yep.
So you win that series and then you're in. Now, a loss here would make that series versus Paper X an absolute must-win.
You got a ton of firepower for DRX in this round. Hyunmin's on the op, has a showstopper. Crystal's been really good in these situations. We've seen this a couple times where he's able to outduel these operator players.
Towards him. Sends out the blast pack.
Bro.
Here for the moment.
Oh wait, we are attacking. Oh sorry.
Shots ringing out. Sees connecting.
Wow!
Not ready for that
we are
timing,
cooked. We are so cooked.
Armageddon coming their way. Just shoves them back. He's not looking for kills. He's just looking to create some space. Space is created. Freeing immediately just tucks back to the opposite side. They'll abandon the spike. They'll maybe allow it to be recovered. There's op shot ringing out. Not going to be finding much there. Spike now in hand. Crystal picks it up. Moves forward towards heaven. Freeing back out over onto the rafter. 30 seconds remaining. They're going to try to go for a pivot here. That spike right now being just sprinted through the sewer across the map. B site opened up. Estrella, however, nearby. Cosmic Divide going to be sent.
Wow, what a shot!
Swings out.
That's a nice shot. नहीं यार, भीड़ वाले से मत मरो यार.
Showstopper now in play.
No.
Paranoia sent here from Estrella, getting the catch on it. Crystal just slowing them up. I mean, it's already over. The spike is on the floor. This round has gotten away from them.
Bro, एक बंदे ने रुका दिया यार पूरा.
Lean
भाई, Estrella क्या clean है बे.
भाई उसने पूरा round निकाला ये.
They were dead before he pulled the trigger.
भाई, मेरे को तो लग रहा था Estrella को ना बहुत पहले से
Korean there for Global Esports. Just a great back and forth with Hyunmin and Freeing here. And even with that seize, God, that's so good. And that immediately sets up the ult. I thought he might use the salvos because I think they were just coming back into cycle to try to catch them as they went back towards the sewers, but instead he used it just to
Patrick ने उधर अल्ट भी चला दी भाई.
Essentially allow him to rotate back up to heaven, allow flashback to get over, allow them to swarm that site. Mako tucked behind the box.
Set GG लग रहा है यार अभी.
Spot got out of dodge. Seemed to sense that seize coming.
Trying to scale forward. I mean, Patrick, who was just sent in, I think, unassisted into mid, ends up getting absolutely massacred.
I guess it's done, chat.
I guess it's done.
It's a GG. They put it up a good fight, indeed, but I failed.
DRX are,
They're
just incredibly
well poised to get to 11.
They're just toying with them there. Using that Tejo util to flush them right into the shotgun. He's gonna go at him.
Why not? Runs him down. Flawless. DRX 2 away from locking in a 2-0 victory.
Yeah, it's just phenomenal team play from DRX.
अभी अगला G का match Paper X के against
है. A lot of setting up selflessly your teammates, making sure
Paper X के against तो एक map तो जीत सकती है.
What else can you say? They're as usual.
कल Talon जीती भाई Nongshim के against chat. Diabolical.
What are we doing there, Flashback? Pick a gun. Okay. Does he? I think he still has a judge on the ground behind him. So he's going to show the op.
I think it's worth taking the moment to again also say what a glow up from Flashback.
Yeah.
Remember the first time that he came out and he was playing duels and we were like, what in the hell is this?
Yeah.
That first half of Haven.
Oh God, yeah. Last year.
And then no, this year.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Was it his first time on Duos this year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And we were just like, what is this?
Paperix is already out, right?
He started looking better, and then every other series after that, it's just been incredible.
Well, there was no doubt about his mechanics in my mind. He's always been very talented in that regard. Now he's got the decision-making behind it. And this is pretty interesting from DRX. They're giving up a lot of space here. They don't have a ton of info. They were playing for something aggressive. I think expecting something like this with the Nightfall.
Nightfall going to be sent. Mako does get taken down, freeing, able to find one. Though Khelraay going to be dropped as the spike also lands on the floor. Showstopper out from Hyunmin, not finding much of anything.
Nice.
Patrick Hoop maintaining control there of Elbow.
Nice.
It looks like there's still yet a bit more fight available here for the
bro, he's
side
cooked.
of
He's
Global,
cooked.
but
This round is
Flashback
cooked.
finds the
Get
headshot.
around.
Poppy going to be taken down the overdrive in
Round
play.
गया.
Drops down off the top. Still has a relay bolt available, but it's going to be a big round
भाई
for
अकेले
Patrick
फाइट लिए थे ये
to get
मेरे को
Global
लगा अभी
another
जीजी
one
होता
under their belt. 9 locked in, 2 more to go to tie it up.
This is a weird one from DRX for me. It seems like kind of an on-the-fly decision by Flashback.
ऐसे ही रशिंग करना पड़ेगा मेरे को लग रहा है
Picks up the op, has the judge, so he says, I can
भाई
just
वो
hold down the
मॉली
B
में कैसे
corner,
मरा
and
यार
they double stack mid. They don't. This is kind of the one part of the map that they left open, and GE's able to figure it out to deduce. Maybe just a little bit of lack of info or something like that. Nobody's playing aggressively towards A main. We've seen that a lot from DRX, and that might have been enough for GE to get the read that this was going to be the weak side, and they were able to punish it. Kind of some scuffy moments there as well for DRX players. Standing right in front of this door. Just waiting to use the concuss, trying to set up Mako. Font gets cleared.
4 players from DRX on this side of the map.
Over there.
This has to, yeah.
Gristle just going to be picked off. Khelraay trying to swing in, but Mako out from window, finding him. I mean, Patrick Hu, for a moment, I think he accidentally threw the weapon on the ground. Swapping him out. Does manage to grab the spike as Poppy finding one. Opens up that B site, but
how do you get there?
Oh, ऊपर rotate कर लिया.
Flashback, reading this incredibly well. Poppy, does he swing back through right now in that astral form? The timing. The re-peek. Flashback still suspicious and wins it out.
30 seconds.
यार बीबी के लिए निकले.
Unbelievable.
And they're going to figure this out real fast.
2 साल लग गए भाई पहुंचने.
Sees it.
He hears them now. They're in range. Once again, the clock is just not on their side. No corpses. Try to utilize the flashback, able to find a third. Hyunmin there to go ahead and finish the job. 12-9, DRX look to bring this series to a conclusion.
A lot more quick to react this round, our DRX. Some very good changes round around here in their mentality. Immediately, Flashback is on his horse to get over there with that operator to back up that A side hold. Does a tremendous job with it. Even finds the kill. To Poppy there. Huge moment. Huge.
1 hour 40 minutes की live stream.
Questioning on split. Well, question's answered in my mind.
Well, quick readjust for Flashback, finds a shot. Fastlane going to be set up, but he just plants his feet. They're trying to pre-fire his exit angle. He just stays still for so long. He's able to avoid the lion's share of damage being thrown at him.
I think he got caught by the grab.
Boombot just gets a bit there, a splash, a lick there onto Patrick Hu. But this right now feels like Global very much is trying to get, okay, I was going to say square peg into a round hole, but Patrick Hu able to find one, so off now going to be on the floor, the near theft. Hoping to lead the path. Showstopper going to be sent down. Kill not going to be found. Juan gets a reveal on the 2. Hyunmin's still going to be low and does get finished off. But Mako is here on the site looking for a little bit more.
ऐसे साथ में जब घुस रहे ना तभी ट्रेड्स पर अच्छे से राउंड निकाल रहे हैं मालूम क्या जी? बस स्पाइक छूट गया उधर ही. अगर ये स्मोक फेड हो गया लग गए.
Spike still not planted. Looking to try to fight their way forward. Freeing able to find one. It does end up getting dropped. Global Esports not going down without a fight. Need 2 more rounds to take this into overtime.
As good as flashback had been, that whiff up at B Heaven cost him. That's a great angle to take. He just doesn't hit the shot.
T1 versus Team Secret.
He had that fight isolated.
DRX से ज़्यादा
Patrick Hu just wins it. He gets that. I think it's a very different round there because you don't have the showstopper to clear the site. Maybe DRX is able to hold the line a bit better. Hoppy's going to have his ult coming into the next round.
Just take mid, boys.
All right. First time out of the map for DRX. Even when
like to see if new boys subscribe to the channel.
Streak was coming through from Global Esports. Didn't see Termi
Ah
wanting to get
shit,
involved.
OT नहीं होगा ये. Chat OT नहीं है. It is done. It is cooked. It is done and dusted. It is cooked and busted.
For sure.
GG in the chat.
It's another opportunity.
It's a GG already. It's an GG already.
Players here.
I'll be really curious what the change-up might be. Gonna maybe put a little bit more attention towards the extremities of the map.
क्या भाई?
Seems to be
जो है वो बता रहा हूँ.
at times a little bit of a pressure point, but we heard just a brief.
मुंह बंद कर बोल रहे हो यार. अभी खत्म हो गया यार.
Global Esports and their comms that maybe mid, although with Elevated coming through, might be different ideas for them as well. Seems like that's been a big pressure point for Global Esports to try to push against DRX. You have some ults. Poppy has the Cosmic Divide. You have the Armageddon for freeing. Still have rifles for DRX. It's going to be a little bit awkward if they can't get it done in this round for the next one. Try to close the map out.
Oh.
No util to set that up.
Well, I think they thought that they were going to be able to have the catch, that he wouldn't be able to get out.
When he's like right at the corner and he could just go to...
Yeah, but he was able to just get away, so they get rid of that Armageddon that could be pivotal in getting, you know, a retake of a site going. Cosmic Divide in play. Kelly is able to find one. Mako going to be taken down. Straya needing to try to hold the line here on the site.
साथ में swing नहीं किए तो मर गए एक-एक करके.
Tagged him down to 8 HP. Straya.
GG's.
He just killed 3.
Aunties.
It's a massacre at his hands and freeing up over the top. He will just put him down. 13 to 10. A bit of an odd finish here on Split, but DRX coming away with a 2-0 victory. And with that win, they've officially punched their ticket into the playoffs here at Stage 1 alongside Boom Esports.
Yeah, well-deserved for DRX. They continue to just steamroll teams. They are so solid in so many different ways.
GG's,
Macro,
boys.
micro, fundamentals of the game.
Another BTS.
All very good for DRX. And Global Esports was solid when they got to their map pick. They had some ideas. They had some punch in them. They had some fight back. Very nice to see, but in the
like the stream, we are close to 1K likes.
When they're running stuff that doesn't feel very DRX, it still kind of looks like it. It still has that same flavor, even though if it might be a bit of a different recipe.
It didn't feel very DRX, but also not very Split. I mean, the neon rays is definitely something.
Yeah.
अब next season वापिस आएंगे new lineup and new losing के तरीके से. ऐसा क्यों बोल रहा है यार?
I thought for sure.
अगर पेपर एक्स वाला मैच जीते तो भी चांस है ना?
Me too, but they changed things up.
है ना चैट? चांस है कि नहीं है? GG है अभी.
More difficulty, but in the end, DRX come away with that win. Global Esports not out of it yet. Still opportunities for them here in Stage 1 to make their way over to the playoffs.
Is G out, guys?
Taking the roughest road. We're going to go ahead and send it down to the stage, though, where we're going to have Bella standing by for a winner's interview. We'll go ahead and pass it over to her.
मतलब आज MI भी हारेगी. ऐसा मत बोल यार, please.
Hello everyone, it's Bella with the post-match interview, and we have the new guy. Hello, new face, Estrella. 안녕하세요. 인터뷰 만나보겠습니다. 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. All right, Estrella, a new whole color on you, and this is your first. Oh, okay. Make sure to put the jacket on. Oh, all right. This is a new color on you. This is your first win here in Pacific with DRX. So, how are you feeling? How was it like? 익숙한 얼굴에 새로운 색이 이렇게 입혀졌습니다. 오늘 DRX로
दर्द भरा feel हो रहा है दीदी.
첫 출전하자마자 승리를 가져가셨는데 지금 좀 기분이 어떠신가요?
일단 좋습니다.
끝인가요, 그냥?
네.
It's good. 좋습니다. All right. And now you are finally able to come in your mother tongue, Korean. How confident does that make you that you can freely talk to your teammates in Korean and without the pressure of being the IGL as well? 이제 드디어 팀원들과 한국어로 이렇게
RRQ में IGL था ये.
소통을 집중을 할
Damn.
수 있게 됐어요. IGL의 그 부담감도 내려놓고
तो भाई उसको
편하게
बेस्ट
소통하면서
ये मिल गया
게임에
यार.
집중할 수 있을 것
बेस्ट टीम
같은데
मिल गई
좀
उसको.
어떠세요?
일단은 제일 확실한 부분은 제가 외국 팀에 있다가 이제 한국 팀으로 왔잖아요. 그래서 그 부분에서 확실히 엄청 편하다는 걸 느꼈고 말도 많이 잘 나오고 확실히 총에 더 집중할 수도 있고 다 전반적으로 좋은 것 같아요.
Overall, I think the biggest change was that I changed.
मैं होता तो
onto-
जीत
I
जाते.
came
Hey,
onto-
shut
I
up,
joined a
Juvenile.
new Korean team. So I
Shut
think
up,
the fact that I
please.
don't have to go in back and forth with Korean and English really takes the pressure
No, we
off.
don't. Thank you for the
and
2 month
I
support.
really can
Biggest fan,
actually
Baba.
just
Love
focus on
you.
my game and my aim as well. That is amazing to hear. And joining any team is a big change, but mid-season is a bigger change. And I think this is all part of Coach Termi's big picture. So what do you think Coach Termi wants you to fill in? Like what kind of role do you think he brought you on into? 아무래도 코치 터미 감독님의 큰 그림이 있으신 것 같은데 좀 에스트레아 선수는 좀 어떤 역할을 기대하고 저희가 만나보면 될까요?
अगर हर टीम में होता तो 13-0 होता.
그냥
Exactly.
있는 그대로 봐주시면 될 것 같습니다. 딱히 막 특별한
Exactly,
그건
bro.
없는 것 같아요.
I don't think Coach Termi actually had any specific goal or role that he wanted me to fill in. I think he just brought me on, and I think if everyone could just see me as Estrella, that would be great. All right, thank you, Estrella. That was a good win from you guys. Congratulations.
Well played, Estrella.
And to everyone in the
GG's.
venue, we have a DRX meet and greet in the lobby, so make sure to step by
Meet and greet 해.
wish them congratulations. 오늘 1층에서 DRX 팬미팅 진행될 예정이니 많이 찾아주시기
GG's.
바랍니다. 그럼 저희는 좀 이따가 만나겠습니다.
감사합니다. GG's भाई लोग. अभी व्हाट्सअप चैट व्हाट्सअप नाउ. व्हाट्सअप माय गैंग, वेलकम टू हुड गेम प्ले. अगला मैच है T1 वर्सेस टीम सीक्रेट. तो मुझे ये जानना था कि you guys want to see Ganja gameplay. तो सुनो एक नई स्ट्रीम शुरू करते हैं इन अ बेट. एक नई स्ट्रीम शुरू करते हैं क्योंकि इस स्ट्रीम में हम लोग नहीं खेल सकते. एक नई स्ट्रीम शुरू करते हैं इन हाफ एन आवर, जिसमें हम लोग थोड़ा सा वैलो खेलेंगे और उसके बाद में हम लोग गंजा गेम प्ले शुरू करेंगे. ठीक है, तो जिनको वैलो देखना है वो वैलो भी देख सकते हैं और फिर लंबा अपन शेड्यूल भी खेल सकते हैं. ओके, तो सब एंजॉयमेंट्स कर सकते हैं सब. तो मैं अभी के अभी ये कर रहा हूं, अभी के अभी एक शेड्यूल कर रहा हूं स्ट्रीम की. उधर हैप्पी बर्थडे सब लोग लिखना, ठीक है. नई स्ट्रीम को ही शेड्यूल कर रहा हूं, सब लोग हैप्पी बर्थडे लिखेंगे उधर और आ जाएंगे. कब स्ट्रीम? इन हाफ एन आवर. इन हाफ एन आवर मैंने स्ट्रीम शेड्यूल कर दिया, देख लो फट से. आर्टवर्क देख लेते तब तक. वाओ, ओ ये कंप्लीट हो गया. बढ़िया यार, बढ़िया ब्रो, ब्यूटीफुल. हर्ष भाई वो वाला मैच देखा क्या, T1 वर्सेस DRX, जिसमें T1 के प्लेयर ने बोला था व्हाट्स अप गाइस विद द. हाँ देखा था ना भाई. आरुष भाई थैंक यू फॉर द ह्यूज 100. और फिर उसके बाद में प्रूव किया भाई स्टैक्स ने. स्टैक्स था, बस था, सॉरी। थैंक यू फॉर द ह्यूज 100। थैंक यू आरुष भाई। 700 लाइक्स के करीब है हम लोग इस स्ट्रीम पे। अगर आप लोगों ने स्ट्रीम नहीं की, लाइक नहीं किया तो लाइक कर देना। चलो अभी वो स्ट्रीम पे आना, मैंने वो शेड्यूल करके रखा है, उस पे लाइक शेयर सब्सक्राइब कर दो। हम लोग मिलते हैं थोड़े ही देर में। अंडर पैंट, बाय बाय, सया सवादिका, बाय बाय बाय। मैं लिंक डाल रहा हूँ, क्या आ जाना उधर।